What's up, Bucks, old goats, Bucks? I'm got Hialeah with me over down here. What's up, fellas?
We're doing good tonight.
Oh man, I got the wagon again.
A little bit.
Is that what's happening?
It's new, but good tonight.
Terrible.
Yeah. A-E-I-O-U and sometimes E-Y. Sometimes Y.
Bro, you don't even know your vowels, bro.
I forget, dude. It's been a long time since I learned them.
Dude, were you watching the game or no?
Yeah, I was, bro. Dude. McCaffrey, bro. God bless.
Dude, it's crazy though because like in this game he wasn't doing much. Dude, he didn't really do anything, and then he got out and fucking that's it, dude. They went downhill.
The whole team the air came out of them, dude.
Yeah,
Because he wasn't doing much, but he was getting like 6, 7, 8, 9 yards every freaking play. So he was still getting yards, man. It's just I had him last year in fantasy, dude, and it was heartbreaking, man, because he only played 3 games and then he was hurt the rest of the year. Hopefully this isn't a bad injury. It doesn't look like it is, but they tend to linger. The hamstring. Yeah. So, dude, oh, what a shame.
Yeah, bro, it sucks. But dude, Carolina was playing good, bro.
Dude, they were on fire. They were just going up and down the field. They only got 7 points, but it seemed like they should have been winning by 20-0.
Yeah, bro, for sure.
But we'll see. The guy Darryl, the number 1 guy in our league, has McCaffrey.
Just lost him. Huh?
So he might not be number 1 for much longer. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That's what happens, bro.
Darnold was looking nice, man.
He looks like a whole different person since he went to the Carolina, man.
Yeah, man, for sure.
I was really excited to see him. I knew he was going to do good, but he still looks good, man. So DJ Moore had 100 yards at the half.
Dude, I have him. I had 20 points already.
Nice. Good for you. And you started him, right?
Yeah. Okay. He was off. He was on the bench. I put him like 20 minutes before the game started.
Thank God. I'm in another league that I'm in a ton of leagues. I got him in one league and he's starting, but then I was like, dude, I thought I had him somewhere else. So I went to this one league and I go, dude, nobody started it. And when I start looking,
and it's you,
and it's me, bro. I have him on the bench.
That's crazy. He was on the bench. I didn't play him last week. Last week he got like 23 points too.
Oh, and you didn't play him?
No, and I won. Oh,
good. That always makes it a lot better.
First win of fantasy, bro.
Nice. Feels good, don't it?
Yeah, bro, it's awesome.
It is. Dude, it's great when you win. It makes the whole week like you're excited for when you lose.
The next one
sucks. Yeah. When's the next one? When's Sunday come? When's Sunday? But the thing is, I looked at that team and it's like I have 4 really good receivers. So it was either, okay, I got DK Metcalf, I got CeeDee Lamb, and I got Kupp, and I got them starting. So,
dude, Kupp went off last week, right?
Kupp is like the number 1 receiver in fantasy. DK, I think, is going to come back. Hey, what's up?
Sorry about that, guys. I had to do my weekly internet crap out. Hopefully it doesn't keep happening, dude. There's some bad weather. I don't know what the hell's going on. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
What, dude? I wanted to give a story real quick. I was watching, you guys are Versus that they have on Instagram.
Yeah.
I was watching there was one with Fat Joe and Ja Rule. I was up late working and I was watching that, and then Fat Joe made a couple jokes about the sandwiches and like stuff about the festival. So as soon as I finished watching it, I was like, we've been talking about watching that for a while. I said, you know what? I have some work to do. I kind of know the story. I don't need to pay that much attention to it. You know, I could watch this in the background while I work. And then I ended up watching this. And then I was kind of fascinated. I started reading some articles. I came across William N. Finley IV, which was like a fake name this guy set up, fake influencer name. And then I got in touch with him and started talking a little bit about some of the stuff that happened, his experience. And he agreed to do the show. So I didn't ask him too much other questions because I didn't want to ruin it. And that's basically how I got where we are. I'm getting 5,000 updates right now. Let me clear those before I bring them on. Did any of you guys get a chance to watch the doc?
I haven't watched that. I know of it, and I know pretty much, but I just don't know the details of everything that happened.
Yeah,
Okay.
same here.
Hey, wait, real quick. Hey, Tank,
Yeah.
we'll finish our discussion later, okay? Well, whatever we were talking about.
Yeah.
We're
Gonna do the first hour with him and the Fyre Festival, and then we're gonna do the Gabby stuff, and then we're gonna do the picks and football and fantasy and all that.
And baseball trivia tonight.
Oh,
folks.
yeah, that's the trivia tonight. But right now, let's go ahead and let's bring on Seth, who's been kind enough to join us tonight. Seth, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks
For
for
sure,
coming
man.
on.
And I know I told you to have a good internet connection, and look at me, I fucked that up right off the bat. But here we are. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. If not, these guys will take over. So. Well, you know the story better than anybody. Why don't you give us a little brief synopsis of what the Fyre Festival was and what the whole thing going on before we get into some questions?
Sure. Yeah. Right now there are at least 2 documentaries out there. One on Netflix called Fyre: The Greatest Party That Never Happened, and one on Hulu called Fyre Fraud. And there have been other shows like American Greed and primetime specials and stuff. But this thing happened in 2017. This young entrepreneur guy named Billy McFarland had teamed up with Ja Rule, the rapper. Everybody knows who Ja Rule is, and they wanted to throw a music festival, and it was part of Billy McFarland's company, which was Fyre Media. And that company was basically trying to be like the Tinder of booking talent. So instead of having to call 9 different managers or agents to book someone at your party, you could just go on Fyre app and say, I'm booking Ja Rule at, a party for 50 people or 500, whatever it was. That was the intent of the company. And there were people hired. They were working out of New York. They had investors. And they were reporting that they were doing a lot of business and booking clients and making all this money. And so that wasn't the case. And they decided to throw a music festival to promote the app. And the music festival was going to take place in the Bahamas. They announced it in December of 2016. And they had Kendall Jenner, Bella Hadid, all of these models, all from IMG, some of the top models in the world, just in this sort of video that was like, check out the music festival, 2 transformative weekends, and all this crazy stuff. And so people buy tickets, and as the event gets closer and closer, people were getting emails about how it was maybe a little bit different than had been advertised. And then people went, they said that they sold out the event, and they sold about 6,000 tickets, and everybody showed up, and it was nothing like what was advertised. There were cheese sandwiches served. There were like tents that looked like, I think they actually were tents from like a previous refugee kind of situation that some humanitarian group had brought in. But all of this happened in real time. I was there and sort of tweeting about it. And that went viral, and, TMZ is picking it up, and Billboard and all these outlets. And so it sort of became a funny thing for people on the internet to laugh at, like, look at these rich millennials, getting their comeuppance on the island. But throughout the next few years, you just learn so much more about the fraud and the scams involved in the whole thing. And there's still stuff to this day that is happening, but it's a pretty wild story.
100%, dude. Yeah, you pretty much wrapped it up right there in a nutshell. Now I did notice, because when I talked to you, I didn't realize you were in the documentary, and then I looked up. It looked like you were doing like the rounds. It was almost like you were at a bunch of different places doing interviews too. Was there like sort of like a media frenzy for people wanting to get in contact with people like you that went and talk to them and get their take on it and stuff?
Yeah. So like when we got to the island, a lot of people didn't bring like extra batteries. And I remember getting an email that was like, hey, everybody, we're not going to have, this is a chance to unplug. So leave your laptops at home. And what that really meant was we don't have electricity. So,
they make it sound so yogi and all that, but it was really, we don't got power, dude.
Yeah.
Remote.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'll bring some batteries. So I do that. And actually, it's sitting on my desk here. It's like 5 extra charges of battery life. And I was one of the few people, I would say maybe there were like less than a dozen people there with, cell service and battery power to document it and post it. And see, I'm not an influencer. Like comedy is the goal of what I do. And I went as kind of just a joke. We can get into why I went later, but like I just started documenting, like, oh, here's the tent and here's the stage. And there were actual influencers there who weren't posting about it. And I kind of like, I understand from their perspective, if your actual job is like, I'm an influencer, look at what I do, like this would be terrible for your brand. So I don't blame them for not posting it, but I just thought this is kind of funny. I'm going to post about it. It later got a little kind of sketchy and scary and we can get into that, but yeah, I just kind of had extra batteries and decided it'd be funny at the time, I thought it'd be funny to just sort of say like, here's what's going on at Fyre Festival.
Sweet. Dudes, I got questions for him, but if you guys got any, feel free to jump in.
Oh, sorry, but to answer your question about the media thing, it was because of that, like my stuff went viral and then people would just say, they started calling me and texting me, DMing me like CNN and or what's going on? I'm like, oh, this is what's going on. And they would all ask like, oh, so your name's William Needham Finley IV. And I was too tired to really explain like, this is satire. You're only going to get it if you live in Raleigh, North Carolina. And so I was just like, yeah, that's my name. Like I didn't think it mattered. And so in all of these news reports from like the Washington Post to whatever, it's like William Needham Finley, a 33-year-old attendee. And so to me, I just thought, oh, that's funny. And then throughout the next couple of years, I got actually involved in the documentaries and we did a bunch more like press for them. So
were you there as press? Were you a concert goer? What exactly was, were you media?
I was a concert goer because it was my friend's idea. He saw it. He said, let's go to this thing. It's like Coachella in the Bahamas. He's a big festival guy. I'm like, it's not really my thing. And he's like, dude, you can go and like, just say you're an influencer. That'll be like part of the joke. Cause I had 4,000 Twitter followers. So the joke is like, hey, everyone, I'm an influencer. I'm going to go to the cool island with all the famous people and hang out with them. But we legit thought, all right, 4 or 5 nights in the Bahamas, food, drink, everything included, like $3,000 or $4,000. Like that's not insane. Mm-hmm. And the media reported later, like everybody paid $20,000, everybody paid $50,000, and that kind of got muddy because there were ticket packages at that price, but like we got in at like the $1,000 rate and then later added a VIP so we could have all of our drinks included and all that stuff. So I went as a joke, as an influencer, thinking it would be a vacation with me and 3 of my friends. And once it got to be what it was, I'm like, yeah, I'll just kind of jokingly cover this shit show. So
dude, isn't it funny when you know what the real story is and then you hear media and how they just it's like it's almost like a parallel universe story that they tell. Even with this girl, that we're going to talk about later, which has nothing to do with this, but it does have a lot to do with social media, the Gabby Petito case and all that. They call her a YouTube star and online personality. She had posted one video on YouTube, that was the first, but like when you read the stories, she's a YouTube star and a Instagram famous. She wasn't really. I mean, she gained all these followers after her, unfortunate death, but it's just another example of media totally just putting something else that maybe will get more clicks or,
Yeah.
whatever.
For sure. Yeah.
Did you I asked you this earlier, but I asked you again for the sake of the podcast. How long were you how what was your itinerary? Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
From the time you left.
So we were supposed to get down, and so the festival was technically supposed to start on a Friday, but on Thursday they had like you could still go, and they had some event. You know, they were ready for you, is what they had said. So I think, woke up like Thursday morning, left my buddy's house. He lives kind of a few hours outside of Miami. We get an Uber down to Miami, fly down at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and get a little shuttle to the island, or to the section of the island. And we were from Thursday at 5, we were back in Miami by Friday at 11 a.m. So it wasn't even 24 hours for us. There were some people who spent the night on the island and like didn't get out till later on Friday. We spent the night on and off a plane, in and out of the airport. That was a whole other story. But yeah, me and my friends, less than 24 hours.
Okay. And when you got there, was it already like, okay, this is like, how soon did it take? Did you already know when you got there, you know, oh, well, this thing's fucked? Or
Yeah.
did it just slowly kind of?
Yeah, we knew that it was like in process. I mean, we got an email that morning that was like, hey, we're putting the finishing touches on this. So you might see some trucks. And again, it's like, we're not influencers. They're like, where's my mint on my pillow? Like, it's just, all right, you know, we're going, whatever. And like, be aware there might be some truck stuff. And as we get to the site, you just see like stacks of mattresses and like tents that are built. And we knew the tents were going to be there, but we had like a villa package that we thought would be like for our four of us total. And we just thought like, okay, like this is a small little tent. There must be another section of tents or something. Like this doesn't make any sense. And so as we kind of got closer to this main house, we realized like, oh, this is all that there is. Okay. You know, I mean, we could sleep in the tent on the beach with whatever. But as it quickly started to unfold, it's like, where's our luggage? You know, oh, are the acts not here? Okay, where's the food? Like it just, none of it was ready.
So you got there on Thursday, correct?
Yeah.
When was the first performer supposed to perform? You know, what was the first act supposed to hit the stage?
They were going to do like a Thursday night welcome kind of event. And I think like 8 or 9 that night. I've got the schedule somewhere. But I want to say maybe Ja Rule was supposed to like welcome people or something. But definitely like by the next day, it was like, all right, here's the schedule and lineup. But there was something there. It was definitely planned that like you're going to get there and there will be something to do the first night. And when that didn't happen, we're like, all right, what's going on?
That's crazy.
Did you get one of these, by the way?
Damn, that looks good.
I did not get that. What was wild about this is Andy King, who's in the documentary, who was kind of called in at the last second to be an event planner for this. They accidentally sort of brought in the first flight of people at like 6 a.m. And because the site wasn't ready, they took all of these attendees and took them to this other section of the island that had like a bar and stuff. And they just kept giving them alcohol. And so when those people come back at like 3 or 4, they're pretty hammered and they're looking for something to eat. And Andy just saw a couple of them and was like, these kids are too drunk, throws together a cheese sandwich from the tent area that was just for like, it was not supposed to be consumed by everybody, and hands out a couple cheese sandwiches. And those are the things that went viral. I had like chicken salad and pasta salad and like a really actually good meal because they had a catering group from the university down there that was handling all that. But like you said with the media, those are my pictures right there. Like on the right.
Okay, these are actually your pictures.
Yeah. So on the right, I had, that was my dinner and it was good. And on the left was sort of the kitchen, I think, where people who, like the employees of the festival were like, all right, let's go grab our lunch or whatever. But attendees just saw tents and said, oh, this must be for us. And they'd go and they'd order a sandwich. And of course, the people there were like, yeah, well, let's give them a sandwich. Mm-hmm. If you look like 10 feet to the left, there was a tent with hot food but there was nobody running the show. So nobody really knew where to go or what to do.
I lost my train of thought for a minute.
What? I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't know why Hialeah was calling me.
Remove the banner.
Oh, thank you.
Why'd you say that it started to get scary?
So as it progressed, you're like, all right, well, we don't know where anything is. We don't know where our tent is. They told us just go get a tent. And we would go and we sat down in a tent. And the tents were numbered. So people eventually came up and they're like, hey, we're in tent 219. And we're like, oh, sorry, the guy just told us to grab any tent. We'll go find another one. So we go get another one. Somebody else like, hey, we're in. Like, okay, well, we don't have a tent, so whatever. We'll call one of the hotels around here. Turns out those are all booked. You'll learn in the documentary that it was the regatta, which is like their biggest event. It's like the Super Bowl. And so there was just nowhere to stay. We're like, all right, we don't have anywhere to stay. We'll just stay at the airport. Somehow my buddy made his way into the little headquarters, got us on the last flight out of there. And as we're kind of walking around, there's guys walking around with guns, just a lot of people. Like, I don't know why that guy has a machine gun. He doesn't have like any, it's not like I'm wearing a police uniform. It's just like, okay, that's a little weird. And then you get to the airport and it's on and off the plane. We're not letting you leave the country kind of stuff. So I don't know if scary is the right word, but it's just like, when is this going to end? Because we keep being told something and then it changes. And you get to be like 11 o'clock the next morning. People are still like stuck on the site. There's no logistics. So you're just like, it'd be fine if we could get an Airbnb, just hung out somewhere. But you're like, when does this stop? I would like to just go home. So
you say that there was hotels, but they were all booked. How far were those? Like, how far was the town? How far removed was it? The actual site from civilization, I guess.
I would say like probably less than a mile, because what happened was they built. This was a real estate development that was never finished. There was one house on it. If you've ever seen the TV show Arrested Development, it's exactly like that. Like, there's the model home, and then the rest of it is just land. So it was near like a sandals resort, which was booked. So we were able to get back to the airport, but it wasn't that far away from. That picture of the concierge desk. That just sums it up. Like, here's the concierge desk.
Is this one of your pictures?
Yeah.
I see that one. Look familiar. Yeah, just to follow up real quick, dude. I went to Santo Domingo one day, and there was dudes walking around with machine guns in the casino that worked at the casino. But that is unsettling, just to see that. You're like, why is it necessary for them to have? I've seen that at football games and stuff. I kind of get that sometimes. I guess it's a crowd control thing, but I see it does, it could freak you out a little bit. Andy, going back to Andy, the guy you said that handed out the sandwiches and that he was brought in, is he the guy from the Netflix documentary that was like willing to go the extra mile
for the team? Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't want to, the doc's a couple years old, but this guy was, he's pretty good employee. Let's put it that way. He was willing to go the extra mile to get stuff done for these guys. Yeah. That was the most shocking part of the documentary, to say the least.
Andy's a great guy. I've gotten to know him after this process, and it's a small world. He and I both have some mutual friends, and Andy had helped Billy. Billy's one of these people where it's like, he's just a serial entrepreneur, which can either mean like, hey, you had some success and you're doing other things, or it's like you're just sort of rolling your failures into your next thing. And one of those was Magnesis, which was basically like a black card for millennials. So they didn't issue you credit. They just took your existing debit or credit card, took the stripe off of it, put it on this metal heavy card, and they called it magnesis. And so it was just your bank account or your credit card or whatever, but it meant you were in this club in New York, and that card would give you like concierge services, or maybe you could go to this townhouse where all the club members were. Not a bad idea, but there just wasn't much behind it, and it was overpromise, underdeliver. And Andy had helped Billy plan some events in Manhattan along the way. Like, here's a dinner for Magnesis members. So I think Andy saw Billy, and he's a young guy. He dropped out of Bucknell. He had a company that he wanted to start, and I'm going to help him. I'm going to mentor him. And they, had a good relationship for a few years. And then Fyre comes along, and it's falling apart. And Billy calls Andy in to come try to save the day. And Andy he knew better. He was like, look, we can't do this, but we've got to tell people. We got to tell them it's not ready. And like, they'll do the damage control now. And so Andy just sat there, and you'll see in the documentary, like, the stuff he did to try to just make it salvageable. And ultimately that was not, and it wasn't his fault. I wouldn't blame Andy at all. It was a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, they said it in the doc, that it seemed like the people around him were trying so hard, even though they knew this thing was a disaster, and they kept coming up with like miracles. Hey, we lost the catering person, but we got this other person at the last minute, and the water's going to be held up. Oh, I'll go and I'll do whatever I got to do to make that. And then, like, if any of those things would have failed, it would have been easier for it to fail first. But since they kept pulling these rabbits out of hats at the last minute, that thing kept going to the last minute until it just goes up in flames.
Leading up to it, Billy had a potential deal with Comcast to either like invest in or purchase and a chunk of the festival. So like, he was, a lot of it was fraud. I mean, that's why he's in prison now. But it was just good enough as they went along to make it like, all right, we finished the problem, or the next one.
How many people would you say made it on the island, like concert goers?
I think about 500 or 600 people actually made it there, because the government finally shut off the planes. They were like, no more planes. You can't come in. And that's what sort of stopped it. I had friends who were in the Miami airport and they're like, yeah, we're trying to get on the flight. And there's no more flights to the island right now.
Wow, they must have been freaking out, and they were actually they didn't know they were so lucky that they never made it over there, right?
Yeah.
Dude, but it sounds like for you it wasn't. Would you do it again? Let me put it that way. Would you do it again if you had a chance? Seems like a pretty interesting thing. I don't know, at least not too many.
Yeah, and there's just a lot of like other wild stuff that has happened. And I mean, I don't know, it was not a good thing in the moment, but I think that I enjoy talking about it and telling people like this is what happened, because I feel like some people are embarrassed by it. They're like, oh, I got duped. I'm like, I'm an idiot. I know I am. Like, I play an idiot on the internet, and I'm kind of dumb. But it's not that big a deal. Like,
you fit right in with us. Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like it's been a hell of a story, and I feel like you'll look back in 30 years and this is one of those things that people will be like, oh, remember that fight? Yeah, that was nuts. Yeah. So it's been an interesting process.
That happens though, Seth. Absolutely. Like when you think of some of these other like giant scams that, maybe this didn't start off as a scam per se, but ended up being one. But you think of like the Bernie Madoff thing where he ripped off so many investors. A lot of those people were such high profile people that they're embarrassed, dude. They didn't even go after him or say that they got taken. The Theranos case, which I don't know what's up with that, but she was in court recently on her trial. There was a lot of companies and investors there. They didn't really say anything because they're just so embarrassed, that they got duped, and they're too high profile to say anything about it or embarrassed or whatever. But I wanted to ask you another thing. Do you remember any of the lineups? I know like Blink 182 was one of the main ones, and they got out really fast. I think Migos was another one.
Did any of the performers actually make it onto the island?
They did not. And so there was a mix of like some performers being kind of tipped off. There were some that were like hearing about it in real time. And the way right before we got on the plane, I saw a tweet from Blink 182, and it was like, due to you know, something about like the setup is not to our standards. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Okay, and we get on the plane, you know, I'm like, I've never been to a Blink 182 concert. I don't know what that means. And so, you know, I let her saw like, yeah, I get it. But what's funny is the stage was actually like great. It's like $1 million setup. This company out of Italy. Feel bad for that guy. He lost a lot of money, and they impounded the stage because all this wild stuff happened. But we didn't even know who was playing when we bought the tickets. My friend Mark was just like, it's gonna be fun. Let's buy them. There was hints that like it was Kanye West's like music family, and we're like, oh, maybe Kanye over there. Who knows? Like, and
I got the lineup here if you guys want to hear it.
Yeah, yeah.
Good Music, Major Lazer, Blink 182, Disclosure, Ray Shmurda, Migos, Lil Yachty, Skepta, Matoma, Daya, Klingnade, K-Tronada, Claptone, and La Youth. Those are the big names.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any materials? Did they distribute stuff to you there or in advance, like logo shit and stuff like that?
So they didn't. All we got was emails, right? And like we get to the airport and they give you this. This is a Fyre band, right? So it's an RFID like artist pass, and there were different, you know, colors. Like ours was black. I don't know, some people's was blue or whatever. But this little RFID tag right here was supposed to have all of your money on it. So we get an email leading up to the festival that's like, hey, here's some awesome, like we're a cashless festival. So put your money that you're going to spend at the festival on your Fyre band. And we had already seen like the prices of everything going up, which is why we got the VIP, because that included like all your drinks, all your food, backstage, private this, private that, which we didn't really care about. We honestly just thought as it was progressing, like, I think we ran over our heads. If we can like cap our expenses, because what if you show up and it's like, it's $100 for a Corona? I'm like, I'll have one. Like, we were just honestly trying to say, all right, if we spend $2 or $3 grand or whatever on all this stuff, all inclusive, we're in for like $4,000, whatever. And so we get this email. It's like, put your money on. And I emailed like one of the guys. I'm like, what do I need to put money on? Like, oh, well, you know, we have excursions. We have plane rides and boat rides and swimming with the pigs and kayaks. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do any of that. So they were like, no, you want to put money on it. We recommend putting like $500 for every day you're going to be there. And I'm like, I'm not putting $2,000 on this stupid wristband. So another email comes out and it's like, you have to activate the band by putting money on it before you can even board the plane. So I put $5 on it. So it would like show that it was activated. And I get to the airport, we get our little band, we get on the plane. And of course, they didn't have like the telecommunications set up to even run the RFID system. And we later learned the whole thing was basically a scam to get a bunch of money in to use to pay back some other creditors. Because I think they raised like either $1 million or around $1 million from the attendees just putting 1,000 whatever on the Fyre band. So this is like my souvenir from Fyre Festival, this wristband. And as a joke, there's a time capsule in my hometown that was like being unveiled and another one was being buried. And so my whole like joke was, I'm going to make sure Fyre Festival is relevant 50 years from now. And I like cut off half of it and buried it in the time capsule. So.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude. That is a rare. I'm in the collectibles business. That's a rare collectible.
Yeah, selling one on eBay. Like it's
not too many people have those, dude. That's definitely, I hang on to that.
Yeah.
So that you never got to even use that anywhere. There was nowhere to use that. That was just.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bottom line is these guys never had done a festival. It sounded like it's like, you know, like if right now I say, guys, we should probably, it'd be cool to start a juice bar on a boat in the Keys, and we're like, yeah, let's do it, man. We don't know how to sail a boat. We don't know how to make fucking juice. You know,
yeah.
It just sounded like a good idea. Ja Rule's cool. Yeah, let's do it. Let's bring some models. And the social media part of it, obviously it was amazing. It sold out like in a day or whatever. And, you know, there wasn't anything behind it, which a lot of times that's what social media is all about, right? It's totally different than reality.
And to your point, the way, you know, Jerry Media, they run like Fuck Jerry and all of those Instagram accounts. They were doing the social media. So there was a whole other team down on the island filming this like party that they pretty much threw in December. And a team called Matt Project who was filming like a documentary and all this stuff. And Jerry was in New York getting all the creative like photos and videos and just posting it. So they didn't really see what was going on the ground. But they've told me like in, you know, off the record, like they're like, we were doing our jobs. And then Kendall Jenner posted about it. You know, Billy McFarland paid her like $275,000 to post about it. And then it just went through the roof. So like the power of someone like that. And then all the other models were also posting about being together in the islands at the same time when they were filming that shoot in December. So then like other sort of publications, like what are all these models doing together in the islands? What's going on? What's going on? And then they announced Fyre Festival. And I was like, oh, this must be legit because you've got like the top 10 models in the world putting their name on it. And I think that one thing we've like missed in the last 10 years of social media is that that's just a job. Like they don't know anything. I don't think they should be blamed for like misrepresenting something. They got booked to do a job. They went down. They were like, this is the thing you needed. Cool. And then they went on about their day. And people are like, oh, shouldn't they be charged? I'm like, no, I mean, like, I don't think so. I mean, the guy in the documentary makes a good point. If I film a commercial for BMW and then all their engines blow up, am I, as the producer of this video, responsible for the engines blowing up? Like, so, but the social media was, I mean, it used Instagram the way I think nobody had used it before. And I mean, to their credit, they had some good ideas in terms of marketing. And then that buildup, I think, led to people who had already heard about it just loving watching it fail in real time. And that, like, my Twitter account, like I said, had 5,000 followers. I would get about 300,000 or 400,000 impressions a month for my tweets. The month after Fyre Festival, actually in that 10 days, really, I had 55 million impressions because of people retweeting it. And, oh my God, have you seen this? And embedding it in, you know, articles of BuzzFeed and New York Times and stuff like that. So it's just, you know, it was the perfect event to unfold on Twitter and Instagram.
What did come out of it, Seth, was the thing where I think now they have to say, I was paid for this post, or, you know, this is an advertisement. You know, that's the one main thing that came out of it, which I guess is a good thing, but, you know, at the end of it, nobody put a gun to anybody's head, right?
Yeah.
You know, everybody
Yeah.
decided that they wanted to go. Sorry, go ahead, Hialeah.
How far in advance did you buy your tickets from the actual date of the show?
December, like late December, and then the festival was April. So 4 months.
That's fast. That's really fast turnaround.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have time to pull that off. That's another thing, you know, like they didn't have enough time to do what they wanted to do. It would have taken, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, like another year, Seth, maybe is what they said they probably would have needed to do this thing, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
At the end of because I only saw the Netflix one. At the end of the other one, the guy goes right into another scam. Did you get any of those emails trying to sell tickets to all those galas and Emmys and I don't know, all these award shows that you can't really buy a ticket for anyways? It's only for people that are invited.
That was another funny story. Like I, for whatever reason, just keep sort of ending up like attached to this thing. So like, I remember getting an email that was like, hey, do you want to go to the Masters? And I'm like, they don't get to the Masters. And my buddy actually works for a company that handles the ticket packages for the Masters, or some of the ticket packages. And I was like, hey man, is this y'all? Is this? He's like, no, this is not legit. I'm like, okay. So I jokingly play along with it. I'm like, yes, I would like 4 passes. I'm an influencer. Like, totally kidding. Because I was like, I'll just post this on Twitter because it's funny that someone is like emailing me this offer. Because back up, I texted my buddies. I'm like, did y'all get this? And like, yeah, we got it. I go, oh, somebody must have bought the Fyre Festival email list or something. Like, let's target a bunch of dummies and see if they'll give us money for Masters tickets. So I'm like jokingly tweeting, like, can't wait to see Tiger Woods in a cow pasture. Like, this is gonna be awesome. And a reporter from Vice named Gabby Bluestone, who has a book about this called Hype. She wrote a book about this, Theranos, and a bunch of other sort of scams. She had still followed the story, and she was, will you send me those emails? I'm like, here you go. And she's starting to dig. And I keep getting them as the days go on. Like, hey, do you want to go sit courtside for a LeBron James? I'm like, yeah, I love LeBron. That's awesome. Do you want to go to a Taylor Swift concert backstage? I'm like, jokingly, replying to these things. And I'm forwarding them all to Gabby and a couple other reporters. And she, over the next few weeks, put it together that this is a scam. It's New York City VIP Access is the name of the company. And it was Billy McFarland. He was running a scam from his penthouse while he was out. He'd been charged in like July of 2017 with, a couple of different fraud charges. And I guess he thought in his head, oh, I'll get out of it, whatever. And during that time, he was living in a penthouse, like with friends. And he thought he would film a documentary about his like redemption. So all of his crimes are on video. Like, it's all in the Netflix document.
The chat, Randy, the chat.
It's nuts. So yeah, I was getting those emails. I was sending them, joking about them, and Gabby put it together and was like, "Oh, this is this." She writes an article about Vice. The guy who had been like the face of NYC VIP Access. He's just some guy in his like early 20s that's really convinced, like, yeah, you're part of this team and whatever. Billy got like $180,000 in Met Gala tickets, Grammys. People were like, oh, I'm going to buy tickets to the Met Gala through this company. And, I think, maybe 50 to 80 people gave him, up to $180,000. And then, of course, when he gets caught, he tells everybody, oh, I was going to pay my victims back. That's what I was going to do with that money. It's like, I think you're just a sociopath.
Yeah, that one was inexcusable. That was straight up fraud. I mean, the music festival was fucking bad enough, but like on the heels of that, he goes and he does this one that's just straight up fraud. There's no like, you could say, incompetence on the Fyre Festival one, maybe at best, but this one was just straight up. They're just jacking people, right? Yeah, basically.
And his first charges in July were actually for defrauding investors related to Fyre Media and maybe some related to Fyre Festival. But he's never like, he wasn't hit hard for doing bad. Like, even if elements of that are probably legally fraudulent, the charges were related to lying and wire fraud, related to saying like, hey, we make this much money, you should give me some money. And then it's like, no, you don't make that money at all. So it was that, and then once the access happened, they came at him with extra charges, and that happened like in 2018.
Dude, are you now like more skeptical, a more skeptical consumer in general? Like when you see advertisements, or did that like really make?
Yeah. I mean, I think that we've always had as a society sort of a like, I feel like we promote almost the like, hey, fake it till you make it, because that's the world we live in. And it's kind of like when you're starting a company or whatever, there's like romanticizing that I'm bootstrapping this. I'm Seth. Oh, you have a problem with the t-shirt I sent? Let me call Steve in shipping. And I'm like, hey, I'm Steve. It's like you're wearing all these hats, pretending you're bigger than you are. And everybody thinks like, oh yeah, whatever, that's the American dream. And then it's like, okay, well, when is it fraud? Okay, like lying to investors, fraud. Like, could they have pulled that festival off? Like maybe, but it looked at the time like, oh, okay, that looks legit. But yeah, now you look at everything and you're going like, well, let me look up what the hell it is, and let me look up like, is this a real company? But stuff I didn't think I would have to, look into just as a consumer on the internet.
Yeah, no, I get it, dude. And I did that with my company, man. When I started, I would be like, it was me. And yeah, it was, let me forward that to the other department. And
Yeah.
it was me doing everything, dude. I was answering the phone.
I'm like, here's the billing person. It's Joyce. Like, that's my mom's name. You know, like I'm sending the email. But it's like, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, 100%. But there's a leap then what they did.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like you sometimes think, man, these things don't happen anymore or shouldn't happen anymore. And then sure enough, another one of these type of deals happens and you're like, wow, dude, they just faked everybody out, dude. Everybody, and not just, the one with Theranos we talked about in a previous episode, dude, the board of directors of that company is like former bigwigs in government.
Yeah.
One of the bigwigs in Apple was on there for a time. It wasn't just like, ordinary Joes. It was like she was on the cover of every fucking magazine, every fucking TV show, and she just fucking fooled everybody, dude.
Yeah.
With her little pill. With
Yeah,
her little prick thing.
It's like, all right, we were just some people that got screwed out of a concert or whatever, but like the fairness, and it's like people's health and like lives are affected by that. Like,
What did you guys do when you got back on Friday to Miami? Did you guys party in Miami for a few days or what?
we went back to my buddy's house. He lives outside of Miami in Boynton Beach, and we just stayed there. He's got a place, and we were exhausted. I actually, by like midnight, people are DMing Billboard and all these articles. I'm just like answering them, whatever. Here's what's going on, and you getting calls from like CNN, and I did like TMZ on like Friday afternoon, and I just did interviews all day long. And so I was exhausted. I think I was awake from like Thursday morning at like 7 until probably like Friday.
Dude, it sounds like you were the big winner.
Yeah, yeah,
It does.
yeah. It's still going on too. And like, I wanted to start a podcast to kind of just sort of talk about like the funny parts of it. At the time, I was like, oh, it's, whatever. I'll do a few episodes, and my involvement in both of the documentaries, and they were kind of like competing, and there was all this crazy backstory there. And then it's just, there's a lot of stuff still left to be like, talked about. And so
you should do it, man. You should do it, man. That'd be cool. I know you got to run, man. I just wanted to ask you a couple more things before you go, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I got time, whatever y'all want to do.
Okay, cool. If you got like another 10 minutes, that'd be cool. We can just wrap up the hour if that's cool with you.
Yep.
Were you surprised? Obviously, I'm sure you when all this shit goes down, you knew somebody was gonna have to answer for it. Were you surprised that Ja Rule kind of got off scot-free in the whole situation?
The more I learned, the more I realized. At the time, I'm like, it seemed. Actually, at the time of all of this, when people were asking, like, do you think it's fraud? I didn't know anything. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, the guy's like 23. Did he just do a really bad job at throwing a fight? Like, I didn't know what Fyre Media was. We didn't know any of that app stuff. And so I was careful not to, like, say anything that would get me in trouble. But after seeing the articles and learning about it and seeing what Billy was doing, I was like, well, maybe Ja Rule was involved in this or something. But we actually have a somewhat relationship with Ja Rule now, and I can tell you, like, that guy did not know what was going on at all.
Okay.
He's
one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, and I like
really
it. So we had like a legal thing, and it resulted in us. I don't know how I can say it, but we.
You don't have to say it.
Like I think he likes us. Yeah, so we'll like to keep it that way, I guess.
He the Billy is Billy, right? Is the
yeah.
his name? that guy just seems like a master manipulator, con man, dude. That's just basically the vibe. You know, wouldn't take no for an answer. Yeah, we'll go. Just like the ultimate bullshitter. Just keep going. We'll figure it out later. Did you see him at the festival when you went, by the way? Was he literally out there like that, talking to people and stuff?
Yeah, he was. So the footage of him like on the table talking to everybody, like I took that. Like that's all from my phone and me being like, hey, where do we go? You know? But I've got a yeah.
How old is this guy?
He's a young guy. I think he said he was like 23, 24 at the time. Yeah,
so like this is him standing on the table with all the attendees there, and he's just like looking out over everybody. I mean, you see the school buses like down here, the stage back here, the shipping containers like up here, and he's just standing there over this group of people. Like, all right, here's where you should go get a tent and stuff. But you know.
At that point, he probably still thinks he can fucking pull this off. He still thinks
he could. And you see in the documentary, you know, I mean, he was crafting a message to send out to people, and they were like, cancel it. You can't tell them that it's going to be better tomorrow. Cancel it.
And he actually got paid for the Hulu one, dude. That was
the sketchy part. So yeah, that's a whole, we could spend an hour talking about the fight between these documentaries. But Billy, they don't say this in either documentary, but I know it from talking to both of them. Billy had a deal with Netflix and the Hulu, or Netflix and the Jerry Media people were on this side, and then Hulu and this other production company were on that side. And Billy was just trying to play them off of each other. You know, Netflix had told him, or the Jerry Media guys had said, look, we want you to be in the documentary. You tell your side of the story or whatever. And he kept being like, I need to be paid. And the director was like, I'm not paying you. That's like ethical no-no. And they ultimately decided to say, we'll take 12% or something like that and give it to the victims. We'll pay back the people on the island, the people that went. Like, there were a lot of vendors that are out, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And Billy agreed to that, takes that to Hulu, says, look, they're paying me $250,000. That wasn't the case. And then gets an offer from them, goes back and forth. And they actually had set up 2 different times to meet with Billy, the Jerry Media guys and the director, and he didn't show. And they were like, we're done. We're not doing this. And Billy ultimately goes back to Hulu, takes money, is paid to be in their documentary. Hulu doesn't disclose that. Hulu didn't tell me that when I interviewed. They're like, oh, we've interviewed Billy and we paid him to be in the documentary. Like, so, and then they had a lot of facts wrong when they interviewed me. They would ask me questions and like, did you know that this happened? And I'm like, I don't know, trying to get like my reaction. And then you later learn like, well, actually that's not like that's not really what happened. So you either have bad information, which is kind of unacceptable as a filmmaker, or you willingly knew it was wrong. And that's definitely unacceptable as a filmmaker. So yeah, Billy got paid to be in it. The Hulu one's it's worth watching.
The Billy chat, Randy.
I've tried blocking this guy like 3 times. I don't think I'm doing it right. So it's worth watching, even if maybe it's worth watching the Hulu one, even if I've seen the Netflix one, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's all
right.
It's worth watching.
It was cool that lady, and I forget her name. They show, at least in the Netflix one, that she appears in it.
Yeah.
That she paid, her people with her savings, even though nobody was going to pay her back. And then they were able to do like a GoFundMe, I think, and get her back her money, which that was really cool because, man, that lady was just trying to be a good person. She got bamboozled too,
Yeah, she did. And it was good. Like Chris Smith, the director of the Netflix film, I think he worked with somebody to set that up. And then Andy King. I mean, I don't have that big of a following, but it's all over my Twitter and everything. I think it's still up there just to be like, and Marianne, I think her original amount was like 120,000. They raised more than that, and then she like extended the goal to try to like help pay back some of the other people, and I think they raised close to like 250,000. And there was a separate GoFundMe. So I mean, those were the people I was most concerned about. There's still T-shirt vendors out of New York and stuff. They're owed 100,000 here and there, but like the bankruptcy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's those amounts put people out, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just think of like one of us, dude. You know, that's she's just a regular working class
you're done.
person, you know. And
how do you recover?
And then there was so many people on the island that at the end they were just bringing people in. Hey, we need people to build tents. We just keep bringing people. Like they had the whole island at one point, I think, basically trying to salvage this thing. And then at the end, those people just got all screwed, dude. People had to move away because they were just beating on their door trying to get paid, and it wasn't their fault, you know. They were just trying to work, you know, basically.
Yeah. This guy Billy's in jail, correct?
He is until I think 2023. He only got like 5 or 6 years. So
6.
Wow.
6, yeah.
Wow.
Incredible, dude. And it was about 4 years ago was it earlier in the year?
Yeah, April, I think 27th or 28th. So next April will be 5 years.
Holy shit, dude. Man, is there anything else you want to say about the festival or anything before you go? I do have Seth's Twitter down below in the subscription. You can go follow him there and check out some of his content and stuff about this. And I don't know, was there anything else you want to tell us about?
If you like, the documentaries are good. Gabby's book is called Hype. If I ever get this podcast out, I called it the Dumpster Fire Podcast. So that seemed like a fitting name.
That's a great name, dude. You got the name down for sure.
The website's up, and I think the social's made, but I got to get that out. I feel like maybe I'll have it up before the 5-year anniversary. People will probably be talking about it like more. Remember this 5 years ago? Because a lot's happened. I mean, like Billy's in prison trying to run scams under the guise of charity, and you know, I have this. I don't know why I've been like following, you know, the case. And so like I get all these court documents. I mean, this is the bankruptcy trustee's like final report. And it just like details what they did and all. And it's like, you can get access to all these records, but in one of them, it's, you know, Billy's trying to get out of prison early, saying he has like, because of COVID. And he's like, I have a heart condition. And they're like, well, all of your other like heart tests were fine, and they claim he has a heart attack. Oh, Billy's also been in solitary 3 different times, by the way. He launched a podcast from prison that got him thrown in solitary for like 90 days. Look, I don't like the guy, but solitary is no joke. Like that's serious. I don't know if he deserved 90 days in solitary.
Dude, the guy's a sociopath.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I would like it if he just, you know, got out and just moved to the Bahamas or something, but I have a feeling as soon as he's out, it'll be like, here's my book deal, here's my TV deal, and like
I got a feeling when he gets out, it might not take him too long to go back in, you know?
Oh yeah.
He seems like the guy who would pop up somewhere like somewhere else with something else.
Yeah. Another team.
I think one of the other guys that got busted, I can't remember his name, like one of the part of the main people, one of his things was that he couldn't head any companies, or he couldn't. Yeah,
he's not allowed to ever serve on like a chief exec, any kind of C-level anything. But I mean, rules don't apply to him. You know, I mean, he was showing people, and he was showing investors a doctored Scottrade statement saying, "I have $2 million of Facebook stock. This is personally guaranteeing your investment. Here's my $2 million." He had $1,400 of Facebook stock. Like, literally just like photo. So like,
yeah, it doesn't matter to him. It don't matter.
And the wire stuff, which is really what did him in. I think he would put like fake numbers on the wire to like buy time, you know, like robbing Peter to PayPal, fake wire confirmation number, then sending the money late. Which I think the last thing, if I remember correctly, there was a cruise ship, and they were like, "Hey, we can get everybody out right now off the island. You know, put this fire out. You know, pun intended. But you got to pay us right now." And they're like, here's a wire. Oh, you know what, dude? We're not taking a wire until that's in the bank account. We're not doing anything because you already kind of screwed us once. So the guy, I think, wire fraud is what really fucking did him in. But, you know, he'll pop up, dude. I'm sure.
I know. I mean, he'll try the Jordan Belfort route. But the difference is, like, Jordan Belfort is, like, scam and Wolf of Wall Street was, like, a lot more complex and a lot longer. Like, Billy's, to me, I feel like he's a flash in the pan, and hopefully he doesn't get this like notoriety where people are like, yeah, man, I love Billy. Like, it's like, dude, you're just a guy. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's no redeeming qualities there, I don't think. You know, like I wanted to mention one other thing. So the thing about payment, they also said, sometimes we pay these ex-mafia guys to be on shows, or sometimes we pay some of these other, questionable characters money. So why can't we pay him? Some people say that. I don't buy that, but it is true. And then another thing that they talked about was, damn, this wasn't so bad. Nobody really died, at least. I think even in Woodstock, in the original Woodstock, there was even like a couple people that died in that, which is amazing that I think it was only a couple, because that was just savage, dude, what those people did.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a person on our flight that like passed out. The ambulance had to come. I mean, it was such a short thing that thankfully nobody was really seriously injured or anything. But that was kind of one of the other parts that was scary. Like this guy, they locked us in the airport at one point. It was a tiny, waiting room is like the size of my condo. It's like 800 square feet. And like, there was no ventilation. People had not been like drinking anything. There wasn't any food or anything. And this guy passes out. And that's when I'm like, all right, the door is actually locked with a chain and a like bolt lock. There's no ambulance in this. Like, we're just a bunch of people in a room and he can't breathe and it's really hot. And that's not good. Unfortunately, they opened the doors and the ambulance came and got him. But like,
they locked up the wrong people, dude. That's what they did.
Exactly. Yeah.
Holy shit, man. What a tale, dude. Well, dude, I hope you fucking do the podcast. I think if you, with all the stuff firsthand and all the stuff that's out there and you following the case, you could probably put together a nice, I don't know how many part, but just to lay out the whole fuck. It's an interesting story, dude. I think.
It is cool. Magnificent. There's so many stuff. I'll let y'all go. It was just like, he's like, oh, Jay-Z's investing. It's like, no, he's not. He had fake documents. They were like, P. Diddy and Jay-Z are investing $40 million. And then when they looked at the documents, they're like, oh, Jay-Z and P. Diddy's address is your office address? That doesn't really line up. Like, he just like, anybody can look at it and be like, you're lying. So,
are you a sports fan, by the way?
Yeah.
Did you hear about the Bishop Sycamore thing recently?
Yes.
Same type
was the GM, I assume. Like
same type of behavior, the Theranos, she said her stuff was being used by the military and an airport. They're just bullshitting, dude. Everybody's met one of these people probably in their lives. Mm-hmm. These are just like those people on steroids, you know what I mean? Like, I always had a friend who, total bullshitter. We'd go to a club, he'd talk to the guy, like, you don't know anybody there. And boom, we're in the club. I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? And they just start talking, dude. They don't stop talking. And then like one of the things that they say sticks and boom, you're good. You just say enough shit. Somebody will believe some of it. You'll fool some people.
Exactly.
And that's what this guy is, man.
Yeah.
Yo, Seth, one question. The wristband.
Yeah.
What happened to those $5 you put in?
I guess. I guess they're still on there. I don't know. That's probably in some account that got seized by the government, but yeah.
God damn it.
Have you ever been to the Bahamas before or since?
I had gone with my family when I was like in middle school or high school or something, but I haven't been back since. It's a beautiful place. I feel terrible for, like tourism is a major part of their economy. And I mean, I don't know. There's so many layers of it, like social inequity, like it's just like there's just a lot of like bad parts of the story that are sad, but we're glad we were able to help share Mary Ann's story and at least put back a little.
Yeah, that was a positive for sure, man. I was happy because when I saw that was as an entrepreneur, I was looking at that part of the story. I was like, fuck, dude, that really sucks for her.
It's like,
yeah, those people, I've been there a few times. That's kind of a popular destination for us down here in South Florida. You take a little cruise down there, or take a little plane ride or whatever. And most of those people are just trying to work, dude. They're trying to make a living, and then for that to happen, that sucks. But glad some people are getting taken care of, at least in the end. Seth, thank you so much, man. Thank you for coming. I know it was short notice. Really appreciate it. Again, check out his Twitter below. Man, let me know if you ever launch that podcast. That'd be cool. You got one subscriber right here.
Thank you.
Three.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Seth. Appreciate you.
Thanks a lot.
All right, brother. Take care, man.
Have a good one.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Holy shit, dude. You guys got to watch the docs, man.
Yeah,
Give yours
I'll
and
watch
both of them. And I'm going to watch that Hulu one, dude. For sure. Crazy that kind of shit still can happen, dude.
And it'll keep on happening, isn't it?
It'll keep on happening, dude, because we always want, as a society, you know, we want to be in the moment of, you know, something cool.
The next big thing, the
Early.
next big event.
I was one of the first ones there. Oh yeah, fucking what's the one we have down here? The big
Ultra.
Oh, I was there in the beginning.
Yeah, bro. I was. They used to have it on the beach, on Miami Beach, man. I
did, dude. I did used to go there. By the way,
it was right by Nikki Beach, man. The first couple were there, and then
the Winter Music Conference.
Winter Music Conference. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody wants to be in. Everybody wants to, you know. I could see how it happened. Toronto, same thing. People wanted to be in early. People wanted to get in the big bucks. Madoff, yeah, we want to make big money.
Cryptocurrency.
I'm not so sure about that one, dude, to be honest with you.
I just threw it out there. Dude.
No, but you're right. But you know, when you think about it,
it sounds like one of those things, right?
In a way, but this is what my dad asked me the other day about this. He goes, well, how, you know, old Cuban guy, you know, doesn't Guajiro, right? My dad's in Guajiro, doesn't speak English. But you know, it's sometimes like they're not in on all the social media stuff and all that stuff that we're into.
Of course.
So they're not as skewed with their thinking sometimes. So, you know, it's a more pure question, almost like not comparing my dad to a child, but in that sense, you know, sometimes you ask, kids will tell you things that are so true. You know, you'll say like, why I can't do this. And then a kid will be like, well, why don't you just do this? And you're like, yeah, that's, you know, exactly what I have to do. But so he's like, how does this work?
It's less complicated.
Right. A less complicated
solution.
Oh my God, dude. We got a special guest in the background, dude. I'll bring him on in a minute, dude. You guys are going to be shocked, dude. To finish my thought, he said, how does this work? Where's the money? Where is the, you know, and I'm like, Papi, you know that there isn't a gold standard anymore, right? That went away. I don't know, Tank, maybe you could look it up. That went away long time ago. We only believe that money is worth money because we all kind of agree that $1 is worth $1. And, you know, you can, with that $1, you can get this amount of goods. And with that $1, you can pay for this amount of services and blah, blah, blah. But in reality, what's that? 19 what?
33.
Holy shit, dude. I thought it was even more recent than that.
I thought so too.
So in that sense, if you think about Bitcoin and why it's not, what's backing it up? Well, shit, nothing's backing up the dollar anyways. It's only because we agree that it's worth something. Mm-hmm. So why not Bitcoin? That's the argument, right? I'm not saying right, wrong, or indifferent, but, you know, when you compare dollars and Bitcoin dollars, they're not really that different, right? We agree that they're worth something. Obviously, the Bitcoin's way more volatile. You know, Elon Musk sends out a tweet. China says they're bad. We're not going to accept it. You know, money goes down. You know, somebody says they're going to accept the payment. Boom, goes up. Dude, I will give you guys one guess who we have in the back. Can you guys see him?
No.
Okay, only I can see him?
Yeah.
All right, who do you guys think I have back there?
Ogre.
Who do you think, Hialeah?
Remo.
No. Dude.
Folks?
We got Ogre in the house, dude.
No, we don't.
We got Ogre in the house, dude. Ogre! Oh, dude, you look like Aaron Rodgers' uncle, dude, right now, dude.
Dude, I had to come on here, man, because hey, have you guys done the weekly shout out to me yet, or did I miss that?
No, we're gonna do it right now, dude. What up, Ogre?
Dude, so no, I think there's like a misconception that I think I need to talk about because I'm not really being all this negative. Like I have no negative bone. Like I don't really have a bone to pick at all. but I think some comments got misconstrued. Like I had mentioned like 2 months ago or 3 months ago that the show was unwatchable. That particular episode was pretty bad, but you guys have come together, and I watch. You know, I'm watching what's going on. You guys have come together and put something together that's a lot better than that show.
Which show was this? Let me stop you. Let's
oh, I don't remember, dude.
Oh, come on, dude. It was unwatchable. You had something.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at it, but
sometimes we're pretty lit on here too, you know.
Dude, you guys have been all right. The only thing that was striking to me was Randy said something like you guys had like a crash where you're on your chat room, someone put like a virus on you, and Randy's like, it's probably Ogre. He needs to be not to be so negative. Go visit more states. It's not as bad as you think it is. And I sat there. I wasn't upset, but I was like, dude, I'm not really all this negative. I don't have a negative bone to pick with anybody.
Cool.
All right, Ogre. We'll give you a pass, dude. I'm not trying to offend, dude.
Hey,
we're just trying to have some fun.
Yeah, no, dude, and I'm with you. And I thought that this would be great. Just for the show, just to kind of jump back on here.
Oh, for sure, dude.
I give you props for doing it, man.
I didn't think I could do it.
You clicked on the link in the description. Is that what you did?
Yeah, dude. And then
I
used the mic and camera on the phone, and dude, in a way, I'm here, you know. So, but yeah, no, I haven't been on here in since last.
You're almost unrecognizable with the hair, dude.
I think him and Aaron Rodgers decided to do it at the same time, dude. I think.
Well, what happened was at work, we all decided when we were going to work from home that we were just not going to get haircuts, thinking that this would just be like a maybe 4 or 5 month thing. Dude, it's been coming on 2 years, and I haven't had a haircut in 2 years.
God damn.
So you haven't left the house in 2 years?
Pretty much, man.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, dude, I haven't left the house in 2 years. It'll be 2 years in February. So it's been.
And the barbers, they don't make house calls.
No, dude, I threw that guy's phone number away and everything, dude. And I'm actually digging this. Like, I could rock it. I'm fine with it, dude. I don't care.
Are there any plans to get a haircut?
No.
All right, fuck it, do it, dude.
Fuck it, man. Hey, your take, just real quick on. I know you hate Tuo, dude. I can't stand the dude. I don't think.
I don't hate him as a person, dude. I think he's a good kid. I just don't like his game.
It's just he's very fragile. Like. He's like one of those Russian dolls that have another doll inside of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call? I forget what you call those dolls, but he's fragile, dude.
Matrushka or there's another name. Like nesting dolls.
Nesting.
Anyways,
yeah, I just don't like the dude, bro. I really don't like him.
And as a person, all the signs were there from college, man.
Panthers are up 24-9.
And they took him anyway, you know.
By the way, we all had taken the Panthers. I didn't post that, but we did all take the Panthers.
Hey, and Tank, you've got like what a 1-year-old daughter now, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy, bro. No, she's like what, a year and like 3 months.
Nah, a year and 1 month.
We just had the birthday party last month.
Dude, that's crazy, bro. No, I debated it. Damn it. I logged in.
You're making the show unwatchable, dude.
Dude, that was it, right? I mean, let me jump out here. Yeah, dude, if I go back to that episode, it was unwatchable, bro. But you guys have turned it around, bro. It's a good show. I mean, I have fun watching it. I leave it on as background. And you guys, hey, dude, you know, we got the local support. But I thought it was all funny, dude. I didn't see it in any way, shape, or form. And I'm like, dude, it's cool, dude. I gotta jump back on here. I gotta at least have like a little verbal interaction here, you know.
I'm glad you did, dude. It's
dude,
good.
How are you on the show and doing that in the chat at the same time, bro?
What?
It was episode 98.
What did I do?
We talked unwatchable shit.
No, I'm messing around because
Hialeah's joking because we got somebody putting.
We got a troll in the chat. I was like, "Hey, how you doing that at the same time as you're on with us, man?"
He's got somebody else in another room doing that.
Is that what it is? I'm messing with you, Ogre. I'm messing with you,
dude. It was unwatchable because we reviewed the platform,
which is also an unwatchable movie.
Oh
yeah, stop. I think it was just a topic that just didn't. I don't know, dude. usually I have a pretty good pulse on like what the hell's going on, and I was
The
like, I feel
Champlain
it.
Towers. We talked about that.
Let's
Dude,
be
that was it,
honest.
right?
Let's be
That-
honest. Let's be honest
Yeah.
for a second. You were throwing like a few jabs out there, dude. Like every once in a while, you'd be like,
Cool. Look, the only other jab I think you could say I threw was the one about the profession that leads you to like a psychotic person.
Oh yeah.
That and I wasn't even, I was being more funny than mean, but I guess there was a little bit of mean there too. But I was being more funny than anything.
But
what did you say?
He's a
Yeah, what did you
corrections
say? I don't
officer.
remember
He's
you
a
saying
corrections
As a corrections
officer.
officer. Yeah, I mean that was a veiled shot, you know. But it was more in the vein of fun than it was in spirit of mean. But there was a little bit of mean in there, but it was more on the side of fun.
But that wasn't directed towards us.
No,
We know who that was
it's-
directed
I-
to.
I can't think of the only jab I took was the unwatchable jab. That was I can't think of another one.
And you know what, dude?
But
When
I think you
put
did that
stuff-
one multiple times.
No,
Wait.
I only did that one once.
When you put stuff like that, it's like a text. You don't know in what context people are saying it. If they're messing around, they're not.
All right, look, since we're being honest, dude, and I'm all about honesty, you did do it a few times.
Dude, I
Sometimes
did it once, dude.
Sometimes you would erase the comment, but I still see them.
I think I might have done it. I think I might have done it and erased it, but
Whatever,
I only left it there once.
All right, dude. I have no bones.
I'm really glad you came on tonight, dude.
Dude, well, you know what helped was Randy last week said, enemy, friend, or whatever, you're welcome to call in, and I was like, all right. I think that was a beacon, bro. Like I thought that was like
an olive branch. It was an olive branch.
I don't know if you saw one of your favorite guests was just popped in the show last week.
Who was
See
that?
Oh, you must have not watched last week's show.
No, I catch bits and pieces, dude. You guys do like 3 hours, bro.
Yeah. Well, Ben was on the show for a little while.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry. I did see that. He's fucking fantastic. The week prior, dude, you had some crazy dude talking about Jordan, and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking
dude,
about?
That guy.
Hialeah didn't like that guy.
Galaxy Man.
I was like, dude, I can't stay for this shit. This is just bullshit.
Dude, but that guy, I went on his channel later and I was talking shit. Some people like to do that in this chat too on other shows. So I did that too. And dude, he had like 30,000 fucking subscribers,
Holy
man.
shit, dude.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
I didn't. One of the things that he said was like, "Hey, what people say about Jordan is that he's the greatest basketball player of all time." Nobody says that. I've never heard anybody who loves Jordan say that he's the greatest basketball player at all time. The list of shit he was mentioning, nobody says that. It was fucking wild. I had to stop on that guy. He was
seems
just,
like
Some people say that though, right?
no.
People say that it might be their favorite player, or they like him a lot, but he just thinks people really take that way too serious.
No, dude. I mean,
he just like to push the buttons, dude.
Dude, I think like Pistol Pete Maravich. If you tell me greatest basketball players of all time, that's kind of where I go.
John Stockton.
Damn, he would like you, dude. He would probably
John
like you.
Stockton was one of the greatest ever, though.
You might be able to be his co-host, dude. I think if you wanted to, he would be like, "Hell yeah, Pistol Pete."
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I didn't like it. He came on the show and he was like, "This is what you guys should be doing," but I don't really want to tell you what you should be doing, but this is what you should be doing.
Yeah, he just came off, and it's like, dude, you're a guest, and you're like putting us down. You're just.
He might be listening in right now, man.
I doubt it,
Yeah, he
dude.
might be.
He called us a shit show. You might like him. But we learned something from him, dude. You're on the show today because of him, dude. Because of him, we decided to put that link, and people like you or anybody else, friend, foe, or otherwise, could call in. And I don't consider you a foe. But we learned that from him. That's a cool thing we learned from him.
Yeah, I never thought that we were. Although you did unfriend me before anything else, which I didn't understand why you did that.
Do we have to get into that? Because then it's going to be a battle royal right here.
No, dude, look, it's all good, bro.
It's all good, dude.
I've got no animosity, bro, at all. I enjoy listening.
Do you think Hoffa will call in?
What's that?
You think Hoffa will call in?
Dude, I don't. No way, dude. No way. I don't see that ever happening. Have you ever talked to him lately, or has it been like just kind of fucking radio silent?
Never talk to him again, dude.
Wow, bro. Well,
yep. We were about to do a podcast, and I was like, "You in or you out, bro?"
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm out, and he was out.
You know what I remember? Kind of going back to like the heyday or the old...
glory days. Is that what you were gonna say?
The what?
The glory days.
Well, in a way, I mean,
the days when the show was awesome, dude. Go ahead,
dude. The show. I think the show is at its best when everybody's in the same room. Would you agree?
It's fun. It's fun.
Yes,
Yeah, live is a lot better.
Yeah, listen, man. You know how hard it is to do all that shit, dude. You know, we'd have to come in here, set up, record, edit, upload. You know, that's honestly one of the main reasons besides COVID, right? That's another thing that pushed this format to the forefront of how we do it. It's just not feasible. You know, what we were doing was fun and it was awesome, but you know, people got to drive all the way down to the studio. People got to, you know, it was a lot of work, dude, to be honest. And this is just, even this is kind of a mission for me. You know, I have to set up a few little things here and there, but it's easy for me to get the guys together.
It was a miracle that we made it on time today. So
yeah, you guys never start on time.
Because of him.
Internet issues, you know.
Some of us have wives.
Yeah.
Some of us have children.
Well, it shows you how loyal I am because I knew you guys were late last week. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I popped in and you had some guy talking. I'm like, oh, dude, I can't. Let me just pop right out. I think you see that, right? You see Fred, you pop in or some shit like that. You see that on the chat?
Well, we don't see you unless you say anything.
Randy sees it. Randy can see it if he's looking.
Dude, he almost had a fucking heart attack when I popped on the screen, bro.
I was shocked, dude, to be honest with you. So, but I'm glad you called in, dude. It's what are you in your backyard there?
Yeah, dude, I'm outside just to kind of because I got see if you can see I got the little pool action there, you know, just nice. Like it's pretty cool setup. But hey, what are you guys doing for Halloween, bro? You got like a Halloween episode or something?
Oh yeah, dude, we got a Halloween episode. I got Ben's gonna come on allegedly and tell us some spooky stories.
Oh, dude, I'm calling on that one, bro.
Yeah, call in, dude.
Yeah.
I got the mortician. She wants to do shout out to Morticia. She wants to do like a whole kind of like what we did a few years ago. You know, she's into all that Sam Hain shit and all that. So she wants. Did you ever see that episode when I had the mortician on?
Yeah, I did see it.
Okay, she wants to come on and like talk about Halloween and tell some scary stories. You know, we'll do some ghosts and shit like that. So,
dude,
it's gonna be fun.
We'll have some marshmallows.
Dude, in Hialeah, bro, people know you, bro. Like my brother-in-law is big into comic books, and I'm like, dude, I'm on the show. I was on the show with Hialeah, and he's like, dude, I know that guy. Everyone knows that guy.
So those are the two people who are watching his shit.
Oh man, but no, dude, it's all good. I'll from time to time I'll pop in, but I'm always kind of trying to listen to shit.
Cool, dude. You need to come join us one night for sure and do also.
Yeah, dude, I'm totally down. I'm okay. Look, one of my biggest pet peeves is the fact that I have to be in a room, and the fact that this is working. Like I could just carry it on the go. I'm cool with that, dude.
It works.
This works fantastic, dude.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, we can see you and we can hear you fine. So yeah. You're welcome to pop in anytime, dude.
Yeah, man. Then I'll definitely take you up on that, bro. Like, you know, and I'll jump in every now and then, kind of interact and do a little something, bro. Like all peace and love. And there's no.
Assalamu alaikum, dude.
Yeah, bro. What is it? Namaste or whatever it's called. Namaste, bro. So
did we just make amends with Ogre, dude? Is that what we just did?
Awesome, dude.
Wait, who had the biggest beef with me? I think everybody.
We're just fucking around,
dude. We're just fucking around, dude. Like I started the whole thing like, "Hey, Ogre!"
You did. That was your idea.
That was my idea.
And then I wrote it into my lines.
We have to do it. Kenny didn't do it because we had a guest waiting and stuff, and Randy had the issues with.
No, and what's funny is that as he goes on the show, he was like 20 minutes in, and he's like, "Oh crap, I forgot to set out a shout out to Ogre," which I thought that was fucking hysterical.
I said that today.
No, that was like.
Oh yeah.
Where do you got it?
Oh, there it is. I see it.
Oh yeah, hi Ogre.
hey, one last. How many calls are you taking like a show now? Like on average,
whoever calls in, dude. Not much. We just started doing. I think we've only had like one person per show pop in.
Yeah.
Dude.
All right. Cool.
Which is usually about as many people that are watching. So, you know. We got a good conversion percentage.
So we have fun. We have fun, and that's what.
Well,
matters.
hey, I will tell you. I think some of those that you said you saw that I deleted was just me being salty by you doing that unfriending, bro. Like I didn't get it. I didn't compute. I didn't
Do
understand.
you want me to get into it?
No, dude. No.
I'll say it. I don't care, dude. It's all
No,
good.
no.
I told you. You know why.
We gotta do the picks, bro.
Yes, we do got to do the picks.
Hey, dude, you guys. Hey, you know, why don't you just say it? You got a 3-hour show. We're only an hour and 25 minutes in.
Why did I do that?
Yeah, why did you do that?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna hear. Oh, you're too negative.
All right.
Hey, this is good television, bro. This is good. This is a good podcast.
I feel like I'm on fucking Mary Povich or some shit.
This is your life.
I was kind of pissed off that what we had going kind of just fucking crumbled really fast, to be honest with you. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
And then later, see, I'm going to get into like political stuff now too, which some people, you know, even people on my show are not going to like it. You know, you had a lot of political posts, dude, if I'm being honest, on your feed.
Dude, I barely post anymore.
Okay, then maybe I need to be your friend again, dude. I don't know, but like
I don't post anymore at all, dude. Like,
I found
football stuff. I do football stuff only now.
I just found the political stuff to be too much for me.
Dude, that's kind of shocking.
Either way, too, honestly, because I never post that shit no more.
That's kind of shocking because where I'm sitting at now, dude, I never post political. In fact, when I went
look back on your feed, go back, dude, go look back on your feed.
Here's a funny story. When I went to Tombstone, it was last year. When I went to Tombstone, I had a huge fight with my own brother over politics. Like, and it hurt me to my core that my own brother unfriended me over it. And ever since then, dude,
so why the fuck you surprised if I did it, dude? I'm not your fucking
there's a common thread here that happens, right?
And come to realize, I realized that and I stopped, dude. I have not posted a single political thing in over like 15 months.
It's only divisive, dude, is what I
I've come to realize I've lost a lot of friendships. I've almost lost a freaking relationship with my own, you know, flesh and blood. So I stopped doing it. I don't really talk about it. The only thing I do now is I talk about football.
Yeah, well, sometimes you can get into fights about that too, but I don't know. I got into a stage of my life there where I was just like, anybody who's putting too much of that out, I was like, all right, fuck it. I don't want to see that. Dude, I don't even go on Facebook that much anymore.
I'm not there either. I'm there for the news or whatever the hell might people be talking about. But yeah, it bothered me. And I thought that maybe what happened was there was an episode that I couldn't get on. I had to back out, and I thought it was that.
Oh, hey, that one wasn't cool either. Now that we're just throwing everything out there. That one didn't help the situation. Because it was almost this show that we're doing, that we've been doing since that point, since that day, is the football show. It was really like your brainchild, dude. If you remember, you were like, oh, man, yeah, why don't we go on every week on a Friday or whatever with Hialeah? I like him. He knows about football, and we'll talk about the games coming up. And I was like, yeah, awesome. And then, like, dude, literally, and I'm not trying to beat you up here, okay? You asked me, I'm trying to be fair and nice about it. Like, literally, like a few minutes before, you were like, no, dude, I'm going to watch a couple movies with my wife, dude.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
All right, dude, but fuck, you should have told me that before.
Yeah, no, I and you know what? A lot of it has to do sometimes with a little bit of nerves, you know, and just trying to get things under control. So, yeah, dude, I totally get all that. So, I mean, there's nothing hard, you know, feelings of any kind, dude.
Yeah, you didn't fuck my wife or anything like that.
No.
At least I've talked to you after the show. I can't say the same for our other co-host. Jesus Christ, fucking that guy disappeared off the face of the planet, dude.
And yeah, I don't know, dude. So what do you
ever heard from that guy again? Hoffa?
Dude, are you kidding me, bro? If he saw me, he would fucking want to fight in the street.
Officer V?
Wow.
Yeah.
Officer V.
That dude does not like me at all, bro.
Wow. I don't think he likes very many people, dude.
Well, now you talk about being angry and negative, bro. That's fucking the definition of it. You know,
he erased a couple episodes. Well, I told you.
Yeah, I heard about that. But hey, no, real quick. Did you guys already do the Raiders and Dolphins?
No, we're gonna do the picks now. But we could do if you want to do the pick. Go ahead, make a pick. On that game. What is the point spread, guys? Do anybody know?
Yeah.
Raiders are favored by 3.5.
Okay. Is that from our sheet? Directly from our sheet? Yeah, Here we go. 3.5. Let's just go ahead and make that pick while we have him with us here. That way, we don't get accused of being unwatchable.
I got Raiders 23-6.
Oh wow, he gives a score and everything, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. Did
you see anything from Jacoby either in that game, which he had no preparation, really? That's not that prevents you from having a good showing. Have you seen anything from him to think that we have a chance? Obviously not with this score that you're giving.
Dude, are you kidding? That offensive line is horrid. That's
offensive line, and they've got a lot of draft picks in that offensive line.
That hurts that you spend.
He's gonna switch out some of the players, right?
But you put lipstick on a pig. It's still a pig, bro.
It's still a pig.
There's so many problems, and you hit upon it, Hialeah, that the fact that they spent so much resources, and it's puff. It's gone up in smoke, dude. Mm-hmm. They've got nothing to show for that line.
Yeah,
I think Jacoby's a little bit better equipped to handle that situation than Tua.
Yeah, but he has no time, dude. Everything. Look, he completed 24 out of 40 passes for 160 yards this last game. He was throwing 6 to 7 yards down the field. He was checked down all the time. And
man, you got to coach that shit, dude. You got a game plan for that, right? You got a scheme for that. If you know that that's a weakness, let's get some fucking quick slants. Let's get some quick screens. Let's get some, let's do something, dude. Don't just keep banging your head into the wall. Show me that you're a good coach, dude. Everybody's always saying that, right? That he's such a good coach. Show us.
Yeah, but you might have hit on it, that the fact that they didn't prepare, because no one's planning on an injury. So
no,
you could have planned it with this guy, dude. Like, that was no shocker,
dude. And I'm really upset they didn't get that kid from the Chargers. And this is not an after the fact thing. On draft night, I was like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You should have drafted this other dude. But whatever.
I'm not like, I gotta say this too, man. I know what you're saying, but I don't think the story's written on that guy yet either. Certainly he's gotten off to a better start, but he still's got a way to go, right? Like, we can't crown that guy just yet, right?
He was rookie of the year last year. He threw for the most yards ever by
so
a rookie.
You're crowning him?
I'm crowning him better than Tua right now. It's not even close.
Dude, and let me tell you, that Leatherwood kid, bro, that guy's garbage, though.
He's garbage. He already had like 25 false starts.
No, he almost cost them that game where they beat Baltimore twice.
Yeah, on the goal line, and he freaking jumped off.
Oh,
who are you guys talking about? I'm missing
Alex Leatherwood, the number 1 pick for the Raiders. He's the right tackle.
What's up with the guy that who got Penny Sewell? The Lions, right?
Yeah.
What's the word on him? Anybody know?
He's doing okay. He's doing all right.
That guy to me looked like the real deal. I wanted that guy.
He's still getting there. He did get beat. I think Bosa beat him a few times in that, but it's Bosa.
Bosa's beat a lot of guys, dude.
Exactly, but he's actually not doing bad.
Well, Ogre gave his pick, dude.
All right.
Anybody else going to give their pick for this game?
Tank. Raiders, lock of the week.
I agree with Tank on that one.
Raiders, lock of the week for Tank. Remo, I don't know, dude. I don't know how to fucking block people. There's a couple assholes in the chat. Thank God you came in the chat to wash away some of the assholes. So we're evening it out, dude. But yeah, there's a couple idiots in the chat. Hialeah, you want to give your pick?
Dolphins, they got the backup. Their offensive line's playing like shit. The Raider defensive line is playing the best it's played in probably 15 years, maybe 20 years. Carr does have a bad ankle, but he is going to play.
And Mariota's not available, right?
No, he's on IR. They don't got a running game right now. Their running game sucks, but Carr's on point.
Didn't he get pretty nice receivers?
Didn't he get hurt?
Who?
Carr?
He's got a bad ankle, but he's going to play.
Yeah, Mariota's hurt too.
Everything's pointing with the Raiders. I'm picking the Raiders to win. I think it's going to be a closer game than it looks. I think.
Oh, fuck you, Remo. I want a pizza too.
I'll take the Fins plus 3.5.
Fucking shocking, dude.
It's just one of those games. It's just everything's going the Raider way, and I'm not sold on the Raiders yet.
It's too good to be true.
Yeah. So hey, I hope I lose this one and they win 26-6 or whatever. But I'm gonna stay with the Fins. I'm gonna be a little bit more cautious.
That game last year was at home for the Dolphins, or was it over
At the
there?
Raiders.
It was at the Raiders.
Isn't it weird? 2 years in a row we play there.
Well, there was a time when they came here for 1 o'clock games like every year.
And I think the only time we won was when Culpepper had like 6 touchdowns in that game, and
When he's pointing at his knee
when
and
he's pointing
shit.
at his knee and all that shit. I think that's the only time we ever won.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I actually got kicked out of that game, dude. I went to that game and I got kicked out.
Really? You were talking shit?
That's another story for another day.
Is it? Why can't you tell it now?
Nah, I don't want to. I shouldn't have even brought it up, but
Yeah, you're gonna tell us.
no, I'm not. Who are you taking, Randy?
Dude, I'd be crazy not to take the Raiders, dude. Although I will say, I think if anybody watches boxing, when Anthony Joshua lost all the belts to Andy Ruiz was a last-minute substitution for Big Baby Miller. They were kind of afraid of him, and then they kind of felt better. Don't be surprised if the substitution in this game, which is Jacoby Brissett, gives them a harder time than Tua would have. I don't think. I'll just say it. I think he's fucking better than Tua. So I think
I like Brissett.
I think that's gonna be better. I think he'll keep us closer with a full week with the first team reps than a Tua with, dude. I mean, it's shocking to hear, that some people are even saying that's it, he's done. It happens so fast in the NFL now with these quarterbacks, like look at Haskins in Washington, and there's countless other examples. It used to be you got 5 years, right? Got 5 years or 4 years. Now it's like, dude, 1 year, that's it, dude. We know what you are. You're in and out. So, and they want Watson. What do you think about Watson? Would you go after him, Ogre?
Dude, that's a gray area with all the 22 accusations. I mean, that's the public relations nightmare. Personally, I think he's a top 5 talent. I would get him.
Of course. Nobody's arguing that.
But there's a lot of baggage, bro, and you don't ever know if he's going to be suspended for a year after all this, or even do jail time. I mean, you just don't know.
Just stay away from that, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Stay away from it.
But Randy did hit upon that. I think you're getting to a point after like 10 starts, dude. I'm to the point where I just don't want to see this guy anymore. Like, I don't think he has the goods.
I didn't like the pick then. I don't like it now,
dude. And I don't like they wasted a first round pick on some guy Ruby, the cornerback from Auburn. That guy never sees the field. Then they drafted another first rounder, Jacobs from the Hurricanes. That guy never gets on the field.
Phillips, right? You're talking about Phillips?
Jalen Phillips.
What's up with that guy?
He saw 2 plays, 2 snaps. Dude, you don't draft a first round pick for that. And you had 2 corners already. Why are you drafting a third one who never sees the field? I don't know, dude. It's a little frustrating that you give away all these picks by drafting, Austin Jackson and just crap, dude. Just crap.
Probably Greer's probably hanging on for dear life right now.
All right, so we're all Raiders then.
I'm done.
Except Hialeah, who is a Raiders fan.
I'm thinking the Raiders are going to win. I just don't think they'll cover. I think it'll be a closer game.
It's crazy, dude. You saw week 1. There's a lot of underdogs winning, straight up winning the first 2 weeks. A lot of underdogs covering. That's kind of been the trend. But then you've seen crazy shit where teams looked great in week 1. They looked terrible in week 2, and vice versa. Teams that crapped on week 1 then did great on week 2. So who the fuck knows with this shit sometimes, dude?
The whole thing is that when in week 1 and week 2 you're living off of last year's expectations, so you're getting reset on what the hell's really going on this year. Around week 3, week 4, you start to figure teams out.
Yeah. Definitely.
But look at the Packers, bro. How do you explain that?
They had a
How
bad
they-
game. It's just one game.
It's just shit that happens.
It's just one game.
Yeah, but they're like polar opposites, right? Almost what they did week 1 to week 2.
Yeah.
You expected what happened in week 2, kind of. That was not shocking. The way they handled the Lions, but week 1, they got blown out by New Orleans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then New Orleans week 2 gets blown out. So that's the shit I'm talking about. Like, who the
Just
fuck
don't know
knows?
yet.
Dude? But the odds are we're gonna see Brady in the fucking Super Bowl again. Am I right or no?
Yes.
That would suck.
Yeah.
All right, let's
They,
get it.
they got a
Well-
tough game this week, though.
Hey, so I was just gonna drop by, do this one pick. I'm gonna come back next week, dude. If you guys were doing this every Thursday, I don't know if you guys are doing it.
That's the plan.
All right, I don't know, man. I'm happy to do it, bro. If you guys
Sounds
want me on it,
Sounds good.
All
I
right,
gotta think
Ogre.
about it.
I know.
We're gonna-
I got to work on Tank, bro.
Yeah, we'll talk to Tank and see how he feels about it. I don't know, dude. Tank, you want to hash anything out with him before he goes, dude?
Nah, bro. We just
Go ahead, bro. This is the time, dude. We're doing fucking Mary Povich right now, dude. I let it all out. He let it all out.
This fucking Montel Williams shit.
This is
going
more
on.
Sally Jesse referee hell.
I'll
Go-
say,
go down.
yeah. I'll say this. I give it to my friends, and everybody here can probably attest to that. I go in hard in the paint sometimes, but the bum. He came on last week. I was giving him. Let me ask you this question while I have you here.
Oh God!
Oh, my
Not again.
God.
Come on. We've already spent enough time on this, dude. Come on.
One more, real quick. You playing fantasy football this year?
I drafted a team and I didn't like it. I just left it alone.
You bailed on the league?
Yeah.
Oh my God! So you may do what he did to me. Are any
That's
friends of
worse.
yours in
What
this?
Ogre did is worse.
Yes, it is. Were any of your friends in this league?
I was in a league with friends last year and then it got disbanded and no one got together.
Have you ever been in a long-term league?
Yeah, it wasn't a keeper 3-year.
Okay. Were these friends?
No, it was a paid league, though. You paid money, so everybody had an incentive to be there with a prize at the end.
Okay. I guess let me set the example. You're in a league for like 20 years with the same people, right? Some of these people are family and friends that you know personally, right? The draft is an experience, right? You go, you talk shit, you make fun
The
of
best
people's
part,
picks.
yeah.
It's the best part of the whole fucking thing, Then everybody else goes their own ways. Would you tell one of your either family friends or really good friends that they're missing the draft if the draft was live and you noticed that they were like auto picking or like not in the draft? Would
Dude,
you tell them?
100%, dude. You would tell them. If you're close, if you're that tight knit, and I had a buddy that was missing the draft, I tell him because that's the best part of the draft.
It is.
You want your friend to be there, right?
Yeah, for sure. And plus, I want if I want to be the best, I want to beat the best teams that are out there, dude. An auto team is not the best team.
Dude, Ogre has seen the fucking show and he's just siding with Randy, bro.
No,
I think he's being honest,
dude, it just makes sense, bro. Like if I had a friend of mine that we live and die this shit, and he's missing it for some reason,
What if
reach
it's your
out and go,
brother-in-law? Let's say he's your brother-in-law.
No, if it's just some dude, bro, I don't give a fuck.
Hey,
You know?
dude, if I'm in a cutthroat league and I don't fucking know anybody, I'm not going out of my way.
Of course
but if I'm
not.
with friends for 20 years, I mean, I did it for Tank, dude. There's no other right there. I have the perfect example. The night before we had a draft, he wasn't there. I texted him. I go, dude, we're drafting, right? Anyways, that happened to me. They didn't tell me. I missed it, and I thought that was wild.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on it. I agree, dude. Yeah, dude, come on.
You want the best team out there. I'm with you there.
Yeah, I mean, look, I missed this draft that I was in. I couldn't get in. There was like a technical problem. I just gave up on the team. I didn't like what I had. It was an auto draft. And that takes away from the experience from you too, bro. Like you drafting an auto team, who the hell wants that shit?
Yeah.
I was pissed. I am 2-0, but I've switched out like 40% of the roster, and it was a keeper league, so the top 3 picks were kind of
Hey,
safe.
you still have Waller?
Yeah, I got Waller, Mahomes, and McCaffrey, who tonight. These guys were talking about it earlier. You know, he's got that hamstring injury.
I think he's going to be out for a little bit.
I think that guy, he's not going to be what he was, dude. Ever.
Well, dude, the shelf life of a running back is what, 3-4 years tops?
4 years tops, yeah.
And he's like 5th year? No, 6th year?
Right in that area, yeah.
Yeah, it's a young man's game, dude. Like, I don't draft running backs that are in their 30s. I just don't do it, bro. Like,
dude, I go for rookies 230, second year, third year, and that's where I'd like to stay.
How old is he, Tank? Can you check that? How old's McCaffrey? Because I think the issue with him is not so much the years, it's the fucking mileage that they've put on him in those years, dude. He's been like all their offense.
Yeah,
25.
Wow.
He's young, dude.
Dude, he's got a lot of miles, bro.
That's the problem. The problem is the usage.
Walter Payton and all these people playing for 10, 15 years, you know, those
Dude,
days are pretty much gone, man.
Look at all around the league. Todd Gurley, perfect example. Like first couple of years,
he's only like 20. He's only like 25, 26 himself.
And here's another one. Zeke. Look at Zeke. Zeke is nowhere what he used to be.
No,
not even close.
Even not so young, but like Shady McCoy fell off the fucking face of the planet, dude. DeMarco Murray fell off the face of the planet, like before their 30, year, where like 30 was what you started saying. Oh, this guy's they were gone, dude, already by that time, I think.
Dude, the only one, Frank Gore, bro. What a beast.
Dude, is he playing this year?
No, he hasn't retired. He's actually getting ready for a fight.
Oh my God.
I think it's a boxing. I'm not sure if it's MMA or boxing, but he hasn't officially retired, and he's getting ready for a fight.
Wow, dude. Yeah. Well, hey, look, dude, it was cool. I checked in here. I still got to work on Tank a little bit. I could tell. So yeah, I'll check in.
Read him. He's hard to read.
And maybe who knows, bro? Maybe I grow into a more extended role. I don't know, dude. I feel really comfortable now. Like I'm happy, dude. I'm really
let's not get too crazy, bro. Pop in next week if you want.
All right, man.
All right, I'm just fucking with you. Pop in anytime, man. Thanks for jumping on. No All right, Ogre, man.
All right, man.
Good.
Take care, bro.
I gotta hash some shit out with fucking Remo, bro.
He's just saying you're fucking overeating, dude, and he's not lying, dude. Niners,
bro,
let's pick up Ogre.
Let's do these picks real quick and get to the trivia, man. I gotta.
Dude, I don't tell you guys fucking over drink or over smoke.
All right, let's go. We got to get into the Gabby Petito shit too, dude. So let's try to knock these picks out quick so we can talk about that. All right, so Washington, I'm doing this fucking a cappella, guys. I didn't do a lot of research, but fuck. Our records last week were fucking, here they are, dude. Fucking, I was 7-8-1. That makes me 15-15-2. I'm 468. Hialeah 13-17-2, 406. Tank 12-18-2, 375. Jesus, dude. I'm the best and I am fucking shit. So we have been really bad, dude. So let's fucking pick it up. Let's make some good fucking picks. Let's think about this.
Let's get to it. Come on.
Let's fucking get over 500, all right? Don't fucking interrupt me anymore. All right, let's go. Washington football team at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are favored by 8.5. Go ahead, Hialeah.
I'm taking the Bills.
Okay, Tank.
Washington.
8.5 is a lot of fucking points, even though they're at home. They're coming off the fucking the blowout 35 zip. I'm gonna go Washington, dude. I'm expecting a little letdown. They'll probably win anyways, but I just that's a lot of points for me. Next up, Chicago Bears at the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are favored by 7.5. You're up first, Tank.
Bears. I like the Browns. I hope the Browns win, but I don't think they're gonna cover.
All right. I would be up next. Bears are not good in covering when they are underdogs by more than 5.5, I think.
We got Aaron Rodriguez in the chat.
We'll take the I'm going to go ahead with the Browns on this one, guys.
I'm taking
Aaron Rodriguez, dude. Who's Aaron Rodriguez? Did he play tight end for the
for the Patriots.
No, that's Aaron Hernandez. My bad, dude.
I'm taking the Browns.
But it is A-Rod is in the chat. What's up, A-Rod? Who are you taking, bro? You taking the Browns?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to let us know why you're doing any of these picks, or are you just picking picks to make it faster?
Yeah.
I'm just going faster.
Okay.
He's trying to do a speed run, bro. He's in a hurry.
Speed dating. Baltimore Ravens are favored by 9.5, and they're at the Detroit Lions. Near and dear to Big Remo.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go with the Ravens.
I'm going
Thanks,
Ravens.
the Ravens.
I'm going Ravens.
Hialeah's taking the Ravens. You guys are all drinking the Kool-Aid from what they did in some crazy games by the Ravens, right? Exciting games. Week 1, that Raider game, that Chief game on Sunday night was super fucking exciting, dude. They went
Really
for the fourth down, sealed it. I like it, dude. I like what they're doing. I don't think they're going to cover the 8.5, the 9.5, though. I'm taking the Lions to keep it closer than 9.5. But
I'm just going against Remo.
do you guys think Lamar is making a jump this year, or what are you seeing?
I think he's at his peak.
He's at his peak. I think he needs to evolve, to be honest with you. Only so many times are you going to be able to put that team on your back and just fucking run for it, and fuck.
Yep.
You gotta give me more than that, dude. That's cool playoff. You can't be doing like he did, like a playoff effort that Sunday night game, right? You can't go 100 miles an hour 17 weeks now and the postseason. He's gonna have to evolve with the passing game a little bit.
Somebody else has to do it for him.
Yeah, dude. You're gonna wear him out, dude. You can't do it all the time. You got to reserve that for special occasions. And I get it. You were playing the Chiefs. That's probably like a playoff type game. But all right, next game: Colts at the Titans. The Titans are favored by 5.5. I'm gonna take the Titans on this one. Carson Wentz. I actually have some live footage of Carson Wentz. I'll show you in a moment, but I'll let you guys make your picks.
Titans.
Okay, Hialeah's taking the Titans.
Me too.
Everybody's on board with the Titans. I think he has both ankles sprained.
Yeah, I think he jumped off of the roof of a building or something.
No, that's a picture of him right there.
Yeah, he jumped off the roof, I think, of one of those huts or whatever those things are back
That's
there.
Ace Ventura with two spears one spear in each leg, and that's pretty much how Carson Wentz is feeling right now. Not a surprise either there. Okay, next up in the speed round picks. Did you see Henry last week? Big Remo saying.
What a monster, bro.
Beast, right?
Beast. Talking about these running backs that they don't last, that guy's a monster.
He's kind of like a throwback to that upright bruising style.
Yeah.
Does have some speed too. He's not like a slow guy, but
No. Deceptive speed.
Is he my favorite running back in the NFL right now? Maybe. Who's your favorite running back in the NFL right now?
Dude, I really like Nick Chubb.
He's a good one. Tank, who's your favorite running back in the NFL?
Nick Chubb does the most with the least amount of carries.
I think Raul likes Nick's Chubb.
Nick's chubby. Chubb.
I like Najee Harris.
All right, we don't give a fuck who you like. Let's go. Chargers at the Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored by 6.5. Hialeah, I think you're up first.
Chargers.
Oh, he went first last time.
No, I took the Titans first last time.
Chargers.
You're up. Tank.
Chiefs.
Dude, I think the Chiefs are going to unload some fury, and I'm going to take them, and I think this will be an easy ride for them. Next up is the Saints at the Patriots. The Patriots are favored by 3. They had a bounce back game last week. You're up first here, Tank.
Repeat the teams again?
The Saints versus the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
The Patriots are favored
I
by
got the
3.
Saints. Winston has surprised me.
Yeah, but he had a great week 1, but then not so much week 2. I'm gonna take the Patriots at home, dude. They'll win and they'll cover those 3, I think.
I'm taking the Saints.
These are the games I make up on you guys. This is the games that I pull away from you guys. Who's up next? Falcons at the New York Giants. The New York Giants are favored by 3. I'll take the Giants at home, dude. Falcons haven't shown me much. Well, neither have the Giants, if I'm being honest. But, I'll just go with the home team. The 3 points is like an automatic thing you get at home.
Falcons.
I think they'll cover.
I'll take the Falcons.
This is where I gain ground on you guys.
Okay, I'll take the Falcons as well.
All right. You guys are making mistakes here.
Yeah, so you can gain ground.
Yeah,
So you can extend your lead.
exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen. Next up, we've got the Cincinnati Bengals. They're at the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are favored by 4.5 points. Roethlisberger's banged up, which could make this game more interesting than it would be otherwise. Who's up here?
Bengals.
Hialeah's taking the Bengals. Tank?
I'll take the Bengals.
I'm going to have to agree with you guys.
This is where you lose ground.
Or we just stay the same because we all picked the same. So nothing's going to happen on this one. Next up, we've got the Arizona Cardinals. They're undefeated, right?
Yes.
Flying high. 7.5 at the Jaguars, who are not flying high. Urban Meyer said, coaching in the NFL is like coaching against Alabama every week. That was a quote he had.
Sounds like he's defeated.
Tank, you're up first here.
I'll pass on this one.
You're not even going to make a pick?
No, I don't want to go first.
Oh, okay. I'll take the Cardinals first here on this one, 7.5. It's a lot of points on the road, but the Cardinals have looked so good and the Jaguars have looked so bad that, I got to think, are people starting to think about fucking Sunshine? What's his name? Quarterback for the Jaguars? Thinking
Lawrence.
Maybe that was Lawrence. Maybe that wasn't such a good fucking pick.
It's not his fault. They suck.
Yeah.
No?
Look at Sam Darnold.
No. Yeah.
He certainly hasn't helped the situation.
I'm taking the Cardinals.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Cardinals as well.
Okay. We're in unison again. Next up, we got the New York stinking Jets, and they're at the Denver Broncos. Fuck, the Broncos are favored by 10.5 in this game, man.
That's crazy, bro.
I'm
That's a
taking
lot
the
of
Jets.
points.
I'll go first, Jets.
That's a lot of points for a team that's not that good. Right? And their quarterback for the Jets has been fucking awful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Zach Wilson. What do you? Oh, I'm up. I got to take the Jets just based on the fact that they're going to do something eventually, and the Broncos aren't that good to cover.
I'm taking the Broncos.
I think they'll win. Okay, you do that, tough guy. That's that pick.
This is where he
And-
gains ground.
We'll see. We already picked the Dolphin game. Everybody, including Ogre, took the Raiders.
I took the Dolphins. I took the
Hialeah took
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Except Hialeah. I was going to say it before I was.
Then it's not
interrupted.
everybody.
Everybody except this guy. Next up, we've got Tom Stinkin' Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they're going to go at the Los Angeles Rams, who are favored by 1.5. The Rams are another one of the this is 2 undefeateds, right?
Yes.
Somebody's going to lose their O here.
Usually, unless it's a tie.
Unless it's a tie, that could happen.
The Rams are favored by 1.5?
Yes, at home. You're up first, Hialeah.
Bucks.
Bucks and stinking Brady.
Okay. You got the Bucks too?
Yeah.
This is where I gain ground, fellas. I'm taking the Rams. Fuck Tom Brady. And Stafford has a new lease on life. He's feeling good. I think he's gonna pull it out and cover. Seahawks favored by 1.5, and they're at the Minnesota Vikings. Tank, you want to go first?
I'll take the Vikings.
Okay. I will take the Rams in this one.
The Rams are
The
playing.
Rams
in
are
this
playing
one?
the Bucks.
The Seahawks is what I meant to say, guys. All right, I've been drinking. Take it easy. I'm still getting over the fact Ogre came on the show.
You're still in shock. I'm taking the Seahawks.
Jesus Christ! When I saw his long hair there, I almost had a heart attack. Hialeah's taking the Seahawks as well.
Dude, I got 1 point in the trivia already.
For what?
I guess the Ogre was in the.
Oh, that's true.
Ogre was in the what? Oh, okay. Good for you. You're not playing in the trivia, but good for you. Okay, this is the night game on Sunday now. The Packers are at the 49ers. 49ers are favored by 3.5. This is kind of a tough one, man.
It is.
Are the Niners undefeated?
I think so.
believe so. Yeah, they are.
They're at home. I'm gonna take the Niners on this one, dude. I don't know what I'm getting from the Packers, and the Niners are holding it down for the most part. So
You know what you're gonna get from the Packers? A lot of Aaron Jones, son. You're gonna get a lot of Aaron Jones. I'm taking the Packers. Aaron Jones. Wait, I think he just scored again.
listen, I know your shit fantasy team beat me on that. You will never see that again. Aaron Jones is never going to score 4 touchdowns.
He just scored. I
Again
just heard him. I
in
just
his
heard him
live.
score again.
I know you jerked off to that all week. You're out of cum rags. It'll never happen again. I hope you remember it, but he's never going to score that many touchdowns for you again.
What are the odds that it happened last week against you, though? You got to give it to the Almighty.
That's what I do. What I do is I draw the highest scoring opponent every week. And in our league, I've received the most points. That's just kind of like what I do. All right, Tank, what's your pick? Fuck the Packers and fuck Aaron Jones and fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I'm not taking the Packers.
So that means you're taking the Niners?
Yep.
Okay. And then the Monday Night Football game, dun, 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 dun. Philadelphia Eagles are at the Dallas Cowboys. They're favored by 3.5. What are the Eagles? 1-1, and the boys are
1-1.
They're both 1-1 here. I don't know who's up first. Anybody want to go first?
I'll take the Eagles.
Okay.
I'll go Philly. They're looking nice.
I will agree with you guys. I think we will. Jalen Hurts will have a kind of primetime coming out party, and they will win. I think they will win the game, not just stay within. They will win. Okay, that's the picks, guys. Any
All right.
other football?
Good show, guys.
Okay, Tank. Bye. Can we get Ogre back on? We need a co-host the rest of the week. Maybe Ogre's still watching, and we can bring him on. It's been a fun show.
Trivia?
Interesting show.
Okay, I want to get into the Gabby Petito thing. You want to do the trivia right now before we go to that?
Yeah.
Okay. The title's on the line right here. The women's belt that Hialeah holds.
No, it's you. It's you hold it.
No, you hold it.
You
Randy picked the category.
Yeah, you
Oh,
won
that's
last
right,
week
that's
on the
right.
animals, so this is your belt. I'm just physically holding it, but you really hold it. So right now we're doing trivia for baseball, and let me just set this up here real quick. Hialeah gets angry if I don't put up his score right away, so let me make sure I have the score ready. Fun show tonight. Fun show. I've enjoyed it. I don't know.
Yeah,
about
we
you
had a
guys.
great guest in Seth and Ogre.
Surprise guest. Seth was a great guest.
Very
Thank-
unexpected how that night's gone. Very
Hialeah
good.
Yeah.
hasn't left.
Hialeah hasn't left. Ogre hasn't left. Jonas, sorry, dude. Tank's eating half a fucking pallet of chips. I should have brought some chips. All right, I'm ready, bro.
All right. MLB founded on which year?
What was that again?
He's asking what year Major League Baseball was founded. If we don't hit it right on the head, we don't win, right?
No.
All right. I'm going to say 1906.
I'll say 1886.
It was 1903.
God damn it, man. I know baseball's been around since the 1800s. Maybe that's what Hialeah's thinking about. But, yeah, the league itself.
Major League Baseball, yeah.
I knew it was early 1900s. I should have said closest wins.
I make the rules, bro.
Exactly.
All right, bro. This is like when they give somebody a little bit of power, dude, and they go on a trip, like fucking cops and security guards. Settle down, bro.
No. You're -1 right now.
Oh shit. My bad.
In total, how many teams after combining National League and American League is there?
30.
Yes.
Booyah! Weird way to ask the question, by the way.
This question has 2 answers. So if you get both, you get 2. If you get 1, you get 1.
Each answer is worth 1 point.
Also, it's not a 0.5 kind
Yeah,
of
last
answer?
time it was half a point.
Okay. You can do it.
I don't know.
half a
You
point.
make the rules.
No,
though,
whatever you guys want. Half a point.
I thought you made the rules.
A baseball field is also known as
Oh! Is it half
Diamond.
or 1?
Diamond.
what? Okay.
I-
Raul has 1.
Dude,
he has
I was-
half a point.
I was asking for clarification if we're doing half or 1. All right, what's the question? I didn't even hear it.
A baseball field is also known as what? Raul said a diamond. That's half a point.
A field?
No.
Are we moving on, or what are we doing?
That's the whole question?
Yeah, there's another answer. Raul can answer again and get another.
Okay. I'm gonna
Can
say.
I answer again? Can I answer again?
Yeah, you both can get.
Can you repeat the question?
A baseball field is also known as what? He already said a diamond.
A ballpark?
No.
Is there a time limit on this?
The park.
No, a sand lot.
No.
That was whack. And I was asking for clarification while you answered the question, by the way. I'll go on right away. Look at this cool glass I found, dude.
It's
All
nice.
right,
Isn't
don't
that
be a
cool?
sore loser, bro. Okay.
Hey, bro. I'm like Tom Brady, dude.
You haven't even lost yet, and you're already crying.
I
Who's
need
the
every
Who's the-
edge I can get.
Who was the first
Because this guy's cheating.
major
And so
league
are you.
player to
Fuck
pitch
you.
a ball over 100 miles?
Nolan Ryan.
No.
I know I got it wrong, but I would like to guess again after he guesses. Just for shits and giggles.
Okay, yeah, not for a point.
J.R. Richard.
No.
That was going to be my guess. That's a good guess, dude. He was a fucking fireballer. Rest in peace. He died this year. J.R. Richard, fucking fireballer for the Astros. Bob Gibson would have been another guess.
No, Tom Seaver.
Wow, dude. I didn't
Wow.
picture
I
Tom
was
Seaver.
thinking Gibson. I was thinking Gibson too.
Yeah, I didn't picture Tom Seaver as such a fireballer. That might have been like early in his career.
I can ask this question as a 2-part half point each, or as a 1 point? What do you guys want? Half point?
Sure.
Okay. Derek Jeter had which 2 nicknames?
The captain. And is that one?
Mm,
No.
no.
I'm pretty sure he was the captain. Jeets.
Look, because you guys might think that it's completely off, I'll tell you. It's close.
Cap.
No.
Okay. Jeets.
No, that's it. You already answered twice.
I did. Thank you. Is there a time limit on this?
Bro, why do you always say that when I'm thinking?
Yeah,
bro?
when it's
Big
your
guy,
turn,
I
that's what he
want-
says,
When it's
right?
your turn, you take forever, dude.
No, I don't. I answer right away. and
I've
then,
barely taken no time.
what you do is you wait for me to answer, and then based on my wrong answers, you formulate your answer. And there should be a limit.
Pinstripes,
Don't answer first.
Mr. Pinstripes,
No.
Is
Mr. Baseball. I don't know.
Mr. Baseball?
Actually, Mr. November. You were close on that one, and Randy was close on Captain Clutch.
Hmm.
All right.
On August 16, 1920, which player died by the pitch of Carl Mays?
No, dude, I'm not gonna know that, dude. I'll tell you right now, just to save time.
Honus Wagner.
No.
Ray Chapman.
Hialeah was alive for that, so you should have known that.
The MLB Comeback Player of the Year award is sponsored by which product?
Herpes medication.
All right, but you fixed.
I was gonna say it was that Thompson's water seal, but I don't know.
I don't know.
You're not that far off, but
What is
not
it?
close. Viagra.
But that must be a new sponsor. I don't think that was always their sponsor.
Probably not.
Makes sense though.
You guys don't know this one. Which player holds the record of maximum hits in a season?
Pete Rose.
No.
Damn.
Rod Carew.
No.
Was it Ichiro?
Yes.
God damn you.
Wow.
Pete
This
Rose
could-
does hold the all-time hit record. Career.
This could be a halfer. Which 2 cities have the oldest baseball stadium?
Boston.
Yes.
Chicago.
Chicago.
No. So you both have one more.
Los Angeles.
No.
Wrigley Field is not one of the oldest stadiums?
It might be one of them, but it's not the oldest.
Not the 2 oldest?
No. Is there a time limit?
Is there? There should be if there isn't.
I'm gonna. Oh my god.
So he got one right?
Yeah, he has half of it.
St. Louis. I don't know.
Detroit.
Okay.
Oh wow, dude! But no, they have a new stadium, bro. When are these questions from?
This is from 2012.
Oh, that's too old, dude.
Nah, I'm talking shit. I don't know.
Can we Google it real quick? I'm pretty sure Wrigley Field at this point, because the Tigers have a new stadium that may have come out after this questionnaire. I'm doing a Trump here. I want a recount.
Yep.
So I am right?
Yeah.
I get a half point?
Sure, technicality. Fenway and Wrigley.
Is it a technicality? I mean, if I'm right, I'm right. Am I right?
Well, we're going based off my trivia. Okay.
Well, yeah, dude, you should tell us. These questions are like if you were born in 1995, then we'll answer differently.
You know what? Take off the half point, bro. The game of baseball originated from which country?
England.
Yeah.
Booyah!
In which year was the American League founded?
No, Hialeah, I'm gonna let you answer first, bro.
I'll say 1926.
I'm gonna say 1910. 1910.
1901.
Dude, so the American League precedes the invention of Major League Baseball.
Yep.
That's a great deduction right there, Randy.
It's interesting. Do you know that they also, they don't use it that much, but just a little tidbit. They always call the National League the junior circuit and the American League the senior circuit. And it's based on, because, you know, one's older than the other. Anyways,
That's a good trivia question.
no points there, but tidbit, little nugget.
Which is the most common type of pitch that pitchers have thrown?
Fastball.
Yeah.
How many pitches can you name, Hialeah, just for shits and giggles?
More than you.
Oh
you-
wait, do you,
would-
you guys want to make it a trivia? Let's
Would
go.
you
hold
care
on.
to wager a point on that?
No, dude, just keep on with the trivia. Come on.
Oh, come on. You just challenged me, dude.
I didn't challenge you. I just said I could name more than you. That's all I
That
said.
sounds like a fuck. In my book, that's a challenge.
Well, that's your book.
And I took it personal.
You're too sensitive.
So I
What's the
will name.
question? Go to the next question.
He could choose to make that a question.
Okay, I'll go to the next question. How many types of pitches is there?
Well, the number is going to be hard to fucking mention. But I'm pretty sure that I can name more than him.
All right. Different
All right.
question.
We'll do that another day. It would be fun to do it. There's also an interesting trivia question, which we could save for another day, which there are 10 ways to get on first base without getting a hit. Can you name them all? Do you think
No.
you can name them all? Can you name any?
Hit by pitch.
And I learned this from an old guy in a bar when I was in New York. And when he asked me, I said, that is one of them, by the way. When he told me that, and I thought I knew a lot about baseball, I go, you're fucking crazy, bro. Shut the fuck up, old man. And, bro, after a few drinks and whatever, dude, and like a couple other guys at the table racking their brains, we came up with like 6 or 7, and he gave us all the other ones. I might not even remember them. Hit by pitch is one. Anybody know another one? Come on, guys.
Drop third.
Drop third. What is that?
When like the ball hits the ground or some shit like that.
An
Not a-
error? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, whatever. Obviously, I don't know.
The error is another way, though. If somebody makes an error and you get to first base, that's another way. Hialeah, come on, give me one, dude.
Do you get there by hitting the ball safely?
Well, that would be a hit. So no, this is 10 ways you can get on first base without getting a hit.
Oh, without a hit.
Yes, without getting a hit. He's already mentioned hit by pitch. Error, is another one.
A drop third strike. That's what I was trying to say.
You
pass
could-
ball?
Hold on. You could strike out, and then the ball goes away, and you get to first base. That's another one. I believe a pass ball it would be another way, I think. The guy, no, that would just be a walk, which is another way. A pass ball is a walk, right? It's a ball. So it's a walk. You get on first base. So we got hit by pitch, error, strikeout, walk. That's 4. I'll jump in with some of the ones that I remember. There is a catcher's interference where like the bat hits the catcher's glove, and that's a way to get on first base. There is a fielder's choice where like you hit the ball, but they get out the other runner, but you still reach first base. That's another way. I'm probably not going to remember all 10. I'll tell you right now, but they could put you in as a pinch runner. That was kind of like a tricky one. So somebody else got to first base, but they pinch run for him. So you got to first base and you didn't get a hit. That's another way.
That doesn't seem right. That one's.
Hey, dude, it's like a tricky question. Hey, it's one of the ways you could do it. There's 3 more ways, dude. What are the other 3 ways?
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, there's
All
3
right,
other
I got a trivia question for you. Let's see if you guys can answer this one.
Okay.
The 4 major sports: basketball, hockey, baseball, and football.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Name me all the teams that don't that aren't plural, that don't have an S at the end.
Is Red Sox the Boston Red Sox, but it's spelled with an X? Does that count? That's a plural?
Yeah, I think so because socks is 2.
But they don't write it like that. All right. Okay. The Miami Heat is 1.
That's one.
Yeah, I was thinking that. The Lightning from hockey.
How many are there, Hialeah?
I'll have to look it up, dude. I haven't asked this in a long time. I think it's, if you like, you could include the Sox, and that's 2 right there. White Sox, Red Sox. So let's say I think it's like 8, including them.
Okay.
We'll include them since they don't have an S.
Well, then you have to include the White Sox too.
That's what I said.
That's what you said.
Okay. I've been drinking. Forgive me. Avalanche.
Yep, that's
a hockey team. Wow, like most of them have a fucking ass, dude.
I'm trying to think of a football team, dude.
There's probably not that many football teams, dude. It sounds like there's going to be a lot of hockey teams that do that.
Are we talking major league or
Yeah.
college?
Yeah,
No, he said 4 major sports. Do you remember any that we haven't mentioned?
Me? Yeah.
Go
Wait,
ahead.
don't say the football one.
Is there a non-football one that I don't think there's a football one. Is there a football one, bro?
I'm sorry?
Is there a football one?
Maybe.
Oh God. Major sport.
I might not remember them all. I remember, like, right now I'm remembering at least, I think it's either 3 or 4 more.
That we haven't mentioned?
Yeah.
The Jazz is another one.
That's one.
Yeah. Most of them have a fucking S. Oh, say some.
I can't think of a football one, bro.
I can remember 2 more. That's what I remember. There might be another one that I can't remember off. Okay.
Spit it out, dude.
The Minnesota Wild.
Which is another
Hockey.
Hockey, yeah, it's a lot of hockey.
The Orlando Magic.
Oh, there you go.
And there might be one more, but that might be. I think there's one more.
By the way, if you're watching the show and you want to call in, there's a link in the description. Call in. You can join in
Well,
conversation. Even the trivia. You could even join in the trivia.
Let's
This
finish
is
the
kind-
trivia.
this is kind of a cheat, but Washington football team.
No, that was no.
He is right, though.
Yeah, but that's yeah.
It's not. He's right.
There is none in the NFL without.
There's none in the NFL.
Yeah.
other than the Washington football team.
Yeah. All right, let's go to trivia.
All right, let's keep going.
Who holds the record for most home runs?
Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
He hasn't even finished asking the question.
Yeah, he did.
He actually holds both records, so it doesn't matter.
Um,
I thought he was going to say in a season, in a year, but I guess it doesn't matter. He holds both, right?
let's go for an extra point. If you guys answer the number correctly, how many does he have in all time?
All time, 762.
All right, you got it.
So I got 4.5
You got 4.
and a
No,
half.
he had a half. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In
Wait,
90
didn't you have a half?
I had 3.5 before that one.
So
was
now
this
you
a
got
half?
4.
Yeah, was this a half point or a full point? That
Yeah,
question.
so now you got 4.
I'm asking him.
No,
He's
no,
the-
I said a point. Because if not, then you would have gotten half a point earlier.
Okay, whatever.
So you gave a full point for that question?
Yeah.
Okay.
In 1998, who broke the single home run?
Mark McGuire.
Yeah.
I got the belt.
You guys want to keep going?
No, that's it. I gotta go. I gotta go to bed.
Are we going to talk about Gabby Petito before you go, or what are we doing?
You can talk to her about her when I leave.
Well, do you have any thoughts on this before you go?
She's trash, bro. She's a freaking whatever. The guy that was you were mentioning that that testified today was General Petraeus.
No, I'm talking about Gabby Petito.
Oh, Gabby Petito. I was thinking the girl with the.
You're thinking Theranos, I think.
Yeah. I was thinking her.
Yeah, so you redact that statement that she's trash, obviously.
No, yeah, she's the other one is trash.
Yes.
It's just sad, dude. The guy's scum. They should never have let him out of their sight, and now they don't know where the fuck he's at. It's just a shit show. Although they didn't have reason to, but come on, dude. Common sense gives you reason.
Yeah, so if you've been living under a rock, this girl, Gabby Petito, who lived in Florida with this guy, Brian Dirty Laundry, she's originally from, I think, like the New England area. They went on this cross-country van life trip, and I guess they took off July 2nd, and she's doing like social media posts. They're young. I think they're like 22, 23, something like that. They August 12th, they're in Utah, in Moab City, Utah. Some people call 911 because they're having some type of altercation. The officer, I saw the body cam footage. I thought he did a good job. He separated them for the night. What I didn't think was good is the original 911 call said that he was hitting her, but like it didn't seem like they knew that. They just took their word for what happened, which was that she hit him, especially because he had some scratches. He called it that there was like a mental health issue going on, especially since she said, that she suffered from anxiety and stuff like that. And she was kind of freaking out because she wanted to upload videos about the trip and, shit wasn't getting done. Then a couple days later, Kyle Shute and wife Crystal Turner are last seen at Wooding Tavern. I don't know what that's all about. There was a couple was killed in that area too, which I think is this Kylan and Crystal. Their bodies were found around there, and they said there was a creepy dude near the campsite. The authorities haven't tied that in to this story at all. They think they're separate incidents, which is kind of crazy, that in this little small town, there's like weird stuff going on, even though her murder, Gabby Petito, didn't happen there. August 24th, they're spotted checking out of a hotel in Salt Lake, Utah. August 25th, she does the last video call to her mother, which is also the last time she's thought to be alive. August 26, 27, text messages are sent from her phone reporting poor signal, which they said no signal in Yosemite, I think, is one of the things they said. And another later text said, can you get in contact with Stan, which is her grandfather? I keep missing his calls and voice and texts. But they said that was weird because she never called her grandfather Stan, that she wouldn't have done that. 29th, Miranda Baker, a TikToker, her and her boyfriend said they picked up Laundrie, who was hitchhiking by himself at Coulter Bay in Grand Teton, and he offered them like $200 for a ride. They gave him a ride, and then he got off the car. They think at that point he had already killed her. I'm making a leap of faith there. I think he killed her. September 1st, he goes back to Northport, Florida, with their van, but without her. Which this is the point where I think they should have fucking held him, right? Like, where is she, dude? But they don't report her missing until September 10th, which is 10 days later. On September 11th, actually, is when they report her missing. September 13th, the Laundrie family refuses the Northport police to speak to their son, and they issue a statement. He gets lawyered up at that point. September 14th, they declare him a person of interest. Miss Petito's stepfather flies out to join the search in Wyoming, and they start appearing on the news at this point. September 15th, they released the body cam footage of the encounter that they had earlier. September 16th, they issue a statement begging for him to help the family find her. September 17th, they say that he's gone missing. 18th, which is 6 days ago, they launch a manhunt, which is still underway, I think. Tank, look it up. Is there any new news on this story right now? This is kind of what broke the case open. On September 19th, footage is released by a couple on YouTube that does this van life and kind of has like a vlog. And they in their footage, as they're reviewing their footage to do their new video, they find that they had their GoPro on the top of their van, and they passed near their van. And I think within 24 hours, they find her body nearby where they showed that they saw her van. The 21st, which was 3 days ago, they confirmed that the death was a homicide. They have not released the exact cause of death. FBI asked the public for help in finding Mr. Laundrie. They keep searching the Carlton Reserve near his house, which is 25,000 acre reserve. And then September 22nd, they have a dive unit, which I don't know if they think he fucking killed himself. Why is there a dive unit if they think he's underwater? I don't know. I'm speculating. Okay, and I didn't even know this, that I guess yesterday they announced a federal arrest warrant for him. About time, I would say, for Brian Laundrie. A couple of weird things about all this thing for me is, one, like, dude, how do they let that guy out of their fucking sight? The chick's been gone, like, for sure since September 1st. That's over 3 weeks. You would think that they have, like, surveillance on him all the time. After that time, like, neighbors said, he was mowing the lawn. They went on a camping trip. His Mustang that they confiscated went to that wooded area. The parents then went and picked it up. Then there was that trail cam footage that captured somebody who kind of fit the description. Did you guys see that one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you guys think this fucking guy is, dude?
In the woods.
I don't know. He had a 4-day head start. So who knows where he's at?
They gave him a pretty fucking good head start, right? What the family did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the family's trash, bro.
They should fucking be indicted, dude.
Aiding and abetting.
All this fucking funds, that the police for all this search. That's the trail cam footage. A lot of people say that backpack looks like a backpack they showed in one of the earlier videos from their van life thing. Here's the fucking scumbag. I wanted to tie in a little bit too, like fucking, with the Fyre Festival too. What a difference, right? From what you see on social media and the reality. If you look at these people's social media, they're having the time of their life in the fucking van and going to all these parks and all this shit. But in reality, like, they're like in a bad relationship, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Abusive.
And the other thing that's amazing to me about the story is like how we live in even these people that were like in these remote areas, in these remote parts of the country and these national parks, how we're really by our own doing in a surveillance state. Look at all the information we have about this guy and this case, and it's mostly based on a TikToker that picked them up, a YouTuber that filmed the van, them themselves kind of surveilling themselves with their YouTube and Instagram and all this shit, like
they could follow your phone when it hits off of different towers, your location.
The pings, absolutely. Yeah. Like this case would have been totally different 30 years ago.
Almost every case would be different.
Yeah, it's just crazy how
just with DNA and all that shit.
That too. But just the video footage and all that, just crazy how many crumb trails you leave behind. Have you guys been kind of like captured by the story at all, or are you just kind of paying attention a little bit?
I only heard about it when she was found. I didn't hear about it before that.
I remember like hearing, in the same park, there's missing people and all this, but I didn't pay too much attention. And then I think I started paying more attention when they found the body. Do you guys think you could do that van life shit?
I don't know about a van, maybe an RV.
An RV, right, would be a little bit different.
Yeah. Could
you do an RV life, Hialeah?
I don't know.
Only if it had a special compartment to hold CGCs.
9.8 Thor, dude.
And the occasional 9.9.
I liked it, dude. 9.9. What was it? Lady Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a new comic, by the way?
What, new to my collection or? Yeah, all those are recent, within the last 5 years, 6 years, maybe longer.
Are you guys fans of true crime stories like this?
I think everybody is, yeah.
Why do we get caught up in these stories?
It's always been there, man. Serial killers we're attracted to the evil. I mean, serial killers get girlfriends. They get correspondence. They get married. Who in their fucking right mind? We're just attracted to it, dude. We're attracted to the ugly.
They also said that there's another thing called missing white woman syndrome, I think that it's called. And that like they only really pay attention to missing white women for whatever reason. Like there's a shitload of people missing all the time, but like the media seems to gravitate towards missing white women.
It's usually been that way, or little girls, or
little white girls.
Yeah.
Do you remember Natalie Holloway? You remember that one?
That's the one in Aruba.
Yes. They went like on their high school trip or something, I think, there.
Yeah.
And
Vanderhoops or Vanderkamp or some shit.
Vandersuit, I think was the dude's name.
So like trash, dude.
Oh my god, what a piece of shit. I guess on the last night that they're there before they go, he ends up picking her up at Charlie's and something like I guess a local restaurant or bar or whatever. him and the Caplow brothers end up picking her up, and that's like the last time she's seen. And then that guy's told like a bunch of different versions, like I left her on the beach, I dropped her off at the hotel, or my friends dropped me off and they took her, and they never found her. They arrested these dudes like multiple times, but then like released them. And then that guy, the Vandersuit guy, ends up going to either Chile or Peru. Fuck me if I can remember. To some poker tournament, and he meets a girl who's like the daughter of a aspiring politician. I think he ran for president at one time. Mm-hmm. Goes back to their room with her, and then the story gets crazy here, where either when he comes back from getting breakfast, she's on his laptop and finds out, about the Natalie Holloway case, and either freaks out or starts questioning him, and he ends up fucking killing her. And then he escapes. He tries to make it across the border, and they end up catching up with him, and then he's in jail for that charge, for killing that girl.
Yeah.
Vandersuit. But Jesus Christ, dude, they could have fucking they could have got him fucking earlier before he did fucking more damage, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're the last person seen with this chick. You lied a shitload of times about the circumstances.
There's a lot of shit with him. He came from money, so people say that's one of the things. He was like, his dad was like either a politician or some shit. They had money, got him out of it. I think one of those two friends that was with him, I think one of them went to jail for a time.
The brothers?
Yeah. It's crazy. A little island, and they never found her body. Where the fuck did they put her, bro?
That's the bottom line, though, right? Like, if they don't find that body, it's really hard. That's always the key in these investigations, finding that body.
Dude, where the fuck would they put her, dude?
Dude, I think they... And they were young kids, too. Everybody was, relatively young, early 20s. But they must have, like, fucking made sure, that she was gone, Like, no fucking trace. You ever heard of the Terra Calico one?
Which one's that?
This is a girl, I think, in Michigan that went riding bike. I think this one was from, like, the 80s or 90s, if I'm not mistaken. And she went missing on a bike ride. But then later, like a year later, a Polaroid came out that they thought was her. Let me see if I can look it up. And in the Polaroid, there's two people, actually. Let's see if I can share. I heard a podcast on this one. You remember this at all?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It's. Do you think that's the same girl, first of all?
Or it could be, man.
A lot of people investigated the picture. They even sent it to Scotland Yard, and they said, yeah, that's her. But then experts here in the States said, no, that's not her. That looks like a fake picture. These pictures also came in, but they determined that these were like either gag or fake pictures. But the main one is this one. That story's kind of crazy because then later, like, some cops said, yeah, I know who did it, but I can't prove it. And they kind of like proved, not proved. They kind of were able to present evidence, but they weren't able to charge the people for whatever reason. I think the bottom line is, dude, if you have a daughter, like, don't go out with strangers.
Dude, it's just scary, dude.
It's fucking scary as shit, dude. Especially if you're a father of a daughter, dude. But I think that's the bottom line, right? Like, don't go out with strangers.
Yeah, but that girl didn't go out with a stranger. She went out with her boyfriend.
Okay, yeah, that one, no. But Jesus Christ, dude. I don't know. You can't
cross your fingers, bro.
How are you feeling if your daughter's going to tell you, I'm going on a 4-month trip in a little van with my boyfriend?
She was 20 something. She can.
Yeah. I'm just saying, how you feeling?
Your heart's. My son did that. He did the cross country shit, and
oh really? He did the van life shit.
He pretty much out of his car, and then staying. He went to Burning Man. So he went to Burning Man with his girlfriend and some friends, and then he stayed out there. He went up to like Portland, Washington, California, and he was living in strangers' houses, people that he would meet along the way. You know, and I was terrified, dude.
Yes, and he's a man.
And he's a man, but I'm still. I was still freaking. It was a long 4 fucking months until he came back.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's a dude, and you're still, imagine a girl, dude. A girl is you would be even more, because there's always scumbags, dude. Bad things could happen to dudes too. Obviously,
look at that where they found her body. Another couple was killed there. It could happen. They could have just been stopped over, sleeping in their car, and shit happens, and there's bad people out there, dude.
Yeah, this was a couple, a same-sex couple. I don't know if they were married or whatever, but a young girl and an older girl, and they were murdered in that same Moab area.
Dude, that's scary as shit. Guys, I gotta go.
All right, dude.
I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right,
be good. Peace.
A couple other ones I remember, and you may be too young to remember either one of these, but you ever heard of JonBenet Ramsey?
No.
It was like a little girl. She was like a kid beauty pageant girl, and she like disappeared from her house. That was a big fucking to do on the TV for months, it seemed. The OJ case was another one. Obviously, that one a little bit different, but another like true crime thing that was captivated the nation. Chelsea Bruck is another case. Okay, she's the one from Michigan. The one that I said earlier is from somewhere else. She went to some party, and then her friends left without her. Some other guy picked her up, and then like it was like a year or more later that they found like parts of her clothes, and then tied in some guy that his defense was that like he choked her. She wanted to have rough sex, and he choked her, and then like he accidentally killed her. That was his whole fucking his defense, which didn't fucking fly. You ever heard of Carlos Monzon?
No.
He was like one of the best boxers of all time. Actually, he's from Argentina. I'm surprised you haven't heard about him.
Monzon?
Yeah, Monzon. He's like from the 70s. Dude, this guy, just talking about him as a boxer, not as a human being. Let me see if I can pull up his boxing record. Ask your dad, dude. Your dad lived in Argentina through the 70s and 80s and 90s, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure he knows this guy's story, dude. Ask him about it when you talk to him. This guy was one of the best boxers ever. He retired actually like on a win streak, which is not common. Let me see if I can find his record. He had like a couple losses early in his career. There's a Netflix thing on his life. His last fight was in 77, but look at all these wins he had, dude. He had a draw in 69. He had a draw in 68. He had a draw in 67. Draw in 66. A draw in 65, or 2 draws in 65. 3 draws in 64. 4 draws in 65. A draw in 64. He had a loss in 64. So he basically went from 13 years undefeated and retired. and then he had like a couple, 3 losses early in his career. He was fighting mostly Argentinians and then an occasional Brazilian. But then at the end of his career, he just kind of blew up and fought everybody. He ended up getting into like some argument supposedly with his wife, and she fell off like a 2nd-story building and cracked her head open and died. Eventually, I think they took him to trial and they found him guilty of it. And then this is where karma and, things get set straight sometimes. They would allow him trips to get out of jail to, I guess, go see family. I think they call it furlough or something, or I don't remember the term. But in one of those trips that he was let out, I think on the way back, he had a car accident and he was killed instantly. Carlos Monzon. Ask your pops about that guy. Great boxer. Piece of shit. Human being. This was him with the Fernet Branca shirt on. What was the name of the chick, dude, with the baby? That was another kind of recent one.
Casey Anthony?
Yeah. Is she out?
Yeah, I think she was acquitted.
That's so fucking crazy, dude. You a fan of any of these other ones?
Any of the people you mentioned, African American?
Serial killers and shit like that?
No, that people have gone missing and shit.
That I mentioned here? No.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of them too. And there's a lot of Hispanic people too, but they don't seem to get like the main press.
That ties into what you were asking earlier.
What was I asking? The white girl syndrome thing?
Yeah.
For whatever reason, that's what seems to get on the news,
There was this one about Kanika Jenkins. She was at a party in a hotel. She got drunk. She was with 2 girls. They went out of the hotel room. They went to the elevator, and they realized that the girl that was drunk, Kanika, she didn't have her keys or her phone, some shit like that. And they told her to stay in the elevator, and they both went back to go get her shit. And then she ended up wandering around the hotel, and she ended up in a kitchen that was out of order. Nobody was using it, and it was allegedly only staff restricted. She ended up in a freezer, and she ended up dying in the freezer. I can't remember what the controversy was. Something with the freezer door, it closing or some shit like that. I forget what it was right now, but probably find it real quick.
Kanika Jenkins.
Yeah.
19 years old, it says here. This was in Chicago. So she just basically kind of fucking walked into a freezer and it locked and they didn't find her in time, and then...
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
They were looking for her for a while.
Wow, nobody realized she was in that fucking freezer?
No, because it was like a out of order kitchen, and nobody was supposed to be down there, so they never went to go, and they didn't let the mom look at the video footage to see where she went. There's a bunch of other like shit that was like going on.
Wow, that just seems like a lot of fucking bad luck.
She had her shoe off. There was no sign of trauma. There was a small cut on her foot. I can't remember. I would have to watch one of the videos to see.
But this one seems pretty cut and dry, dude. She got ripped. She went to the wrong place, and she got locked in a fucking freezer.
Now, obviously, I know there was some sort of controversy.
The controversy may have been like, why is this part of the hotel open? Why does this freezer not have a way to get out if you get
It
in?
had to do with the people throwing the party too.
Like a safety, obviously.
No, like they set her up, kind of. Like it was weird. It was weird.
Oh,
You gotta look into it. It's pretty cool.
like they tried to kill her on purpose.
Yeah, some shit like that.
But what's the I always look for the motive in these things. Like in this Gabby Petito case, the way I see it, dude, it's like you're living with this you're living with this young chick out of a van. Yeah, it seems like a good idea at first, but then, probably not that comfortable to live out of that little van. Probably don't have that much money to be eating good food. If you look at like a lot of the social media posts, they seem, I don't want to say malnourished, but they don't seem like they're fucking eating very well. You start to get, I mean, it happens to anybody, dude. You don't eat lunch, you don't eat a good meal, you get a little fucking pissy, you get a little, and then you're with this person, you can't get away. It's not like, all right, well, I'm going to go do something else. You're living together in a fucking van. You're going around, Yeah, there was fucking arguments probably all the time. People have arguments with their couple all the time, dude. Even, people who love each other. And this dude probably just fucking snapped, dude, at some point. And he fucking maybe accidentally or purpose. Or you would think that he wouldn't have done. He did it either way. But, who knows, dude? Who knows what the fuck happened? But it probably did not help that they were living in a small little van for months going around the country. I guess is the point I'm getting at. Dude, you got to work tomorrow. Let's get the fuck out of here. We got to do a serial killer show one day.
Yeah, I'm down.
With all those fuckers. Fucking Dahmer, fucking
Bundy, Gacy, Ed Gein.
Who's the one you just said?
Ed Gein or Gein, and then John Wayne Gacy. He was the killer clown.
And is that the one that had like the bodies in the fucking underneath his house?
No, I think that was Gein, Ed.
That one's horrific, dude. The guy's a fucking clown, and he fucking is also a fucking killer, dude.
That was Gacy, and I think he was a butcher, and allegedly he gave like people like human burgers, shit like that.
Oh my god, there was a lot, dude, and there's a lot that have never been fucking captured.
Yeah, Ed Gein was like he got away with it for a long time because he had like mental problems and he lived with his mom. He was the one that did he skinned them and then he made like lamps and gloves and shit. That was him.
This is probably the guy that they kind of fucking did the Silence of the Lambs after him, right? Then there's like the Hillside Strangler, the Boston Strangler, the Berkowitz. What was his name? The 44 Killer? Adam Hershowitz or Berkowitz? I can't remember the name. The son of Sam.
Richard Ramirez, that's another one too.
He's the guy in California, right? There's a Netflix on him too, right?
Yeah.
Then there's like the Zodiac Killer. I think they never fucking captured him. I mean, you go back to Jack the Ripper, dude.
You can go all the way back there.
Yeah, we don't really ever know who that fucking guy is. There's a lot of good.
Remember what is more recent? The dad with the son that he was sniping from the trunk of the car.
Yes, in the DC area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was he his dad or was he like his
stepdad or some shit
like his mentor type of guy? Yeah. There's a bunch of Strangler ones. I never saw this movie, the Monster one. You seen that Monster movie, which is the woman who was like a prostitute, I think in Florida, and then she ended up like killing a lot of her Johns. There's a movie and Charlize Theron plays her in the movie. It's called Monster, if I'm not mistaken.
Remo says that Zodiac was probably a cop.
Yeah, that's in your neck of the woods. That's right. Richard Ramirez was in California too, right?
Yeah.
Zodiac was from San Francisco. Was most likely a cop. Oh yeah, those two dudes. Yeah, they had a weird relationship for sure. Yeah. He may have been like, what do they call that shit? Grooming him and shit. Like that was probably one of them killed themselves, right? Yeah, they were the gay snipers. They killed a few people.
Yeah, they did.
Is that the one they found one of them in a boat or some shit?
No,
I-
that was the Boston bombing.
Oh, okay. I'm getting my. They were around the same time, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Boston was even more recent.
Yeah, than the sniper guys.
Yeah. The Boston Marathon bomb.
Yeah. It's amazing how many of them they never fucking caught though. Back in the day, because now I think there's so much surveillance, dude, that we do on ourselves, and also tags, fucking red light cameras, all this other shit that. I mean, this Gabby Petito case, they've blown it up. You know who solved the case? Us, people, not law enforcement. Every fucking lead that they've gotten has been from people.
That's what happened with Don't Fuck with Cats. You ever seen that the documentary?
I heard about it, and I don't know the whole fucking story, and I want to watch it. What's the gist of it?
Some guy uploaded videos of him like torturing cats and shit, and then later on, like years later, they arrested the guy. He ended up killing somebody. He had a famous video called "One Man and One Ice Pick." If you ever went to the dark web and seen like videos like that, that was a big one.
So this guy started with cats and moved on to fucking humans.
Yeah, he started off with cats. They found them, dude, through like some weird shit. They saw a vacuum. They found the vacuum on Google. They saw that it was only limited to like North America. It was the North American vacuum. They rolled out the U.S. some shit like that. He was from Canada, and whatever. They reported to the cops. They never did anything. They were telling them, "Hey, look, these are early signs of a serial killer and shit like that." Whatever. Then he openly or with consent, he killed somebody, and like the person let him kill him. Like he put out a post, you know, people thought he was joking, and somebody really replied to it, and they went through with it, and he killed this Asian guy. It was like kind of like a gay fetish thing that going on, and then it ended up happening, and he recorded it
What's the name of the series again?
on Netflix. It's called "Don't Fuck with Cats,"
That was last year, right?
or the year before, I think. The whole thing that happened is old. It's old, but this documentary just came out like a couple years ago.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy how many of those people, especially ones from like the 70s and even 80s, are probably just like lived their life out amongst people, you know? They never got caught. It's crazy that when they don't get caught, or maybe they got caught later on some other shit, but like there's so many of them that just fucking is a pre-pandemic series, I guess is what Remo's saying. Yeah, we should definitely do a fucking episode on just fucking like serial killers and shit. All right, dude. Anything else we're getting into before we get the fuck out of here?
I think that's it.
I mean, dude, it's been 3 hours. Fucking, we had a great guest at the beginning. Shout out to Seth. Told us all about the Fyre Festival. We made some fucking picks. Ogre fucking of all fucking people called in, dude. We'll have to talk to you and Hialeah, see if he wants to make other appearances. How do you feel about that? I put you on the spot right now, dude. Are we welcoming him back on the show with open arms?
He could make some appearances.
I think we should forgive and forget, dude. That's what life's all about, dude.
Yeah, like the bum.
Forgive and forget. I love the bum, dude. I don't, whatever. He fucked me over, Fuck it, dude. What are you gonna do, bro? Maybe he lives and learns too, dude. I don't need an apology. I just need. I like it when they say, "I fucked you over and I meant to do it." I'm like, all right, cool, man. You did it. I don't like when you're like, I didn't mean to do it. Just fucking admit your sins, and then you should be forgiven, right? Is that a biblical thing? Is that how it works? You admit your sins and automatically you're forgiven, right?
Yeah.
That's the way it goes? All right. I like that. I do that. All right, man. Thank you for everybody in the chat. Thank you for the guests that called in. Thanks to Seth, Ogre, Hialeah, Remo, everybody else. And we'll see you next week. Peace. You getting music here? Eating them chips, boy. Eat those chips, man. Hell yeah.